I almost died in the middle of nowhere in Florida. So I drove 7 hours from Atlanta, and I was like, I can make it. It's fine. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the gas is at like 2 bars, and I'm gonna go get gas. So I pulled over to get gas, and I discovered Florida gas stations close at night. So I drove around to like 3 towns. I just went way off the highway, searching for a fucking open gas station for like almost an hour, and I was, I'm gonna run out of gas and die because it wasn't just.
Hi, morning.
Narwhal single-handedly keeping the handheld camera business afloat.
Yeah, it's, sometimes as a female, I forget to check the gas gauge because I don't do things like that. So, sometimes you gotta Flintstone it down the highway.
I walked in, and I don't think I've ever seen this many blonde mullets before in my life, but I didn't care because they were open and I got gas, and now I'm here. So
it worked out.
We have a camera at these things.
This is like the documentary. I don't know. This is just like
What are you documenting?
your face right now.
Oh, fuck.
Our fault.
It's going to be Academy Award.
Don't do my pupils right now.
Our fault.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Like Shane and Narwhal and Cecil are like just hanging around in the hotel lobby and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was there.
And he, are you recording it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Alan. And yeah, just Shane drew on the guy's ass crack. It was a
Here we got Kelsey Shannon doing upside down Conan. Majestic.
See, ta-da! It came out so much better than the other one. You never mind that one.
Magnifique. Yeah, that's amazing. Yes. The man of the hour. The legend. The absolute legend. The man who brings everyone together.
What's up, people?
Yes.
Outstanding!
Hello.
Hello.
That's my first time doing that, juggling the videos.
Yeah,
But
it gets a little bit tricky. I still don't have it down.
I was like, I don't want to send us in and we're still muted or something, but no, I think it works.
All right. Can everyone hear us?
Yeah.
Type of one in the type of one in the chat.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and thanks
Yeah.
for being here, Abra. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Yeah, recovering from Tampa. Had a great time. Great meeting you in the flesh.
Yeah, it was great meeting everyone. It exceeded all my expectations, and I don't know, it was cool. Lots of standout. Just everyone's a character, and everyone is. And the one thing I noticed is I didn't self-censor like the entire weekend, and it's not like that comes up, but just like where I live in Washington State, like I got to be like, oh, make sure I don't offend these feminists that I'm talking to.
Yeah. Florida's a bit different. It's a different animal.
Yeah, and just being there with everyone is something Mark Millar says. He's like, if you're at a convention, you have the most important thing in common with everyone there. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I felt that here with like at Tampa, but I was thinking like that's funny because that's like a romantic view of what the industry used to be. Because that's not exactly even true, because you don't even necessarily have that in common, even with like SJWs. Like they don't necessarily even like comics, you know? So
yeah, I saw a lady dressed, well, I'll call her a lady because I'm trying to be polite, but she was dressed as Satan. And she was walking around the convention hall with a sign that said like F God or something like that. It's just like, okay, you do you, lady.
Yeah. Like Mark Millar has less in common with her if he's walking around. He's like,
right.
Hey, you like comics? They're like, what are comics? I've never read one. So I don't know.
You know, it's funny that you bring up the comics, you know, being a comic book convention. It was kind of surprising the lack of, you know, comic booths and everything. It was all tchotchkes and Etsy store stuff like pillows and foam swords and pops and old G.I. Joes and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, it was more of a trinket thing. In Artist Alley, Graham Nolan and there was a Mad magazine artist, I forget his name, who seemed kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
he was right next to Graham, and those two were two of the only ones doing comics in Artist Alley, like of the entire show.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's just I wish they would get back to focusing on the comics. I get it, you know, that the kind of acting pop culture world took over, but it would be nice to focus on comic books again.
Yeah. So and it's like super inspiring, and it reminded me of like this is one kind of front of the war within comics that we can fight and win to make it almost like a two-front war. And then the SJWs will definitely lose, because what they can't do is they cannot have fun at conventions, because they have to self-censor. They're in that mode, you know?
Yeah.
And all they can do is like hate on us and bond over that, maybe bond over their hatred. But that gets, you know, the light defeats the dark every time. And
for sure.
Yeah. And so it's like, there was some data kind of Biggins did one there was a huge cigar meetup at the end. You and your husband were there, like 60 people or so were there. And Biggins was interviewing everyone. He's like, there's a lot of like wealthy comic fans in Comicsgate, which is kind of an interesting side note. Like I'm doing comics and stuff, but then there's like people who are like, whatever, like rocket scientists or something, or
all walks of life. It's quite invigorating.
Yeah. And the other thing about that is the people. What was I going to say? I forget.
About Biggins and his asking everybody, rich people and scientists.
It's just that, I don't know. It's that everyone's rich, and that's sweet.
I'm not quite there. I'm working on it.
Is what nice. This is what it was. Biggin said everyone's regional, so the fans were mostly from Florida and or a little bit further out. So it's like, if we do this again, it'd be good to almost like tour and try and hit different zones of the US so you can get more fans.
I agree. It'd be nice to see more of our great country.
Yeah, and if you can get more, like, it was maybe like that at that cigar thing, it was like 60 people at the actual convention. There was a vendor separate from all the Comicsgate stuff. They were just selling comics, and they had a Comicsgate section. So like, I
saw the pictures of that. Yeah.
And I saw it, and I saw the guy, and I was like, sweet Comicsgate section. And he goes, hell yeah. So
great.
Like, it's like way different than 2016.
Where they all think we're a hate group or something stupid.
Yeah. I know. I think might have been, I didn't get the full skinny on this, but like Scout Comics was there. And I think they might hate Comicsgate or said some bullshit on Twitter. And so we were kind of spurning them, and they weren't getting too much action. And we were like some Schadenfreude. We were laughing at them. But I hope
well, the Comicsgate, booth, that area of the convention, that was great. It was nothing but love there. Good vibes, fun times. So, I mean, I feel bad for the other self-loathing people, that weren't having a good time.
Yeah, it kind of felt like we took over the convention, even though it definitely of the comics, that it was 3 huge. They weren't even booths; those were like the actual like vendor sections or whatever. And everyone brought huge, like Riot Press, PTP, and Whitney. They had like a huge setup, and
it was nice.
Yeah, and they had a cool system too. It was like a timeshare of the table where they're bringing in like Zaid brothers were there one day, Bancroft and Camel Moon were there one day. So I was glad I was there every day too, because you got to come in and see everyone. Everyone was like always around that section. There was always people, and then so I was there, and like people would come up to me and they'd be like, "Narwhal." I'm like, "What? Like, can you sign this for me?" They pull a book out of their backpack. They're like, "I love your books. You're taller than I thought." Everyone's like, because the camera's kind of high. I don't know how if I like go like this somehow or whatever, then I can make me look taller. But
it needs to go down. Well, down a little bit. Yeah,
I don't know.
There you go.
Huh.
There you go.
Like this. If I make this, that represents more reality.
Do you still have that funny desk that goes up and down? That was like hilarious.
Yeah, that makes me look extra short. We'll leave it here for a second.
Oh God.
So we'll keep chatting about this, but I want to go real quick. This is kind of a dual task thing we're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing. I'll share audio just in case too, but we're doing Earthbound Grand Prix closeout, and then Abra is doing a shot if it goes up $100.
Yeah.
So up to 300. So up to 3 shots.
Well, and then I'll push it to like, if it goes up by, a few $100s or something. I don't want to die.
Yeah. And that would push us over 15,000, like basically. Yeah. So get Abra drunk if we get to 15,000. And then we'll keep going. There is a 20,000 stretch goal, and we'll see if we even come close to being able to get there. But I sometimes when I get like towards the end of the stretch goal, I'm like, I want to get to like 19,999 because then I don't have to actually do the stretch goal. 'Cause
What?
It's like it's a bunch of extra work.
All right, guys. Now we definitely have to get him to 20K because we got to punish Narwhal for that.
I know. Yeah, that the stretch goal is a full extra short comic included at the end, and it's
Oh,
another
nice.
like really fun one. I'm really excited about the idea. It's kind of like proto Star Trek. So I love Star Trek. Only recently have I like really dived in. I watched all the original series, and because I remember when I was a kid, I'd sometimes flip the channel and it would suddenly be on TV, and I'd watch for like 10 seconds, and I'd be like, how can this possibly be entertaining? Like, what's even going on? I'm like, sometimes even if you're in an action scene, they're shaking the camera and everyone's pretending like they're
Oh
falling
yeah,
over.
like the old Star Trek and everything, chair going
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, this is terrible. But then that's me young, like unwise narwhal. And then I watched it later when I'm older, and you watch it from beginning to end. It builds up so much like context and suspense of what's going on. It's so fun to watch, of like the battle of wits between the captains and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and,
for sure.
and all that kind of stuff. Someone said, have you ever seen the movie Master and Commander?
Yes,
From
that is
Russell
a
Crowe?
great movie. It has a little bit of a slow section, but yeah, that is an amazing movie. The cinematography and everything on that is just top notch.
Yeah, that's one that kind of got rediscovered even by like within people talking about it just in the
Yeah.
past year. I think even Cecil was talking about it like last year randomly in a tweet. It was like people found it on like Tubi. It was free. So that's kind of how I watched it. I was like,
Right.
I remember that. I randomly saw that movie in a movie theater too. I don't know why. Like I wouldn't necessarily have done that, except some circumstances led me to go see that movie. And I remember I sat in the front row and the very front, so I was watching like this the whole time. And,
I hate that. I can't.
yeah,
sit
so I was
in
like,
front.
yeah, I was like, I need to watch it again with a little bit more like angled neck towards the screen and see
Yeah,
what I think.
I'd come out of the theater looking like Quasimodo.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was a good movie. I don't know.
yeah. But it's kind of Star Trek-y in a fun way. Like the ships are like spaceships, the way they do the battle of wits with the captains and the logistics. and the
Yeah.
cha-
Oh my
the
God,
characters.
that little ploy, that decoy that they put out, that was so so smart. I love
Yeah.
that aspect in there.
Yeah, and the characters, how he's got like his best friend is the doctor, and
Yeah.
that's like Star Trek kind of. And I'm
And
like,
then
I want to
they
make
have the
a-
banter and they have the respect, but then they have disagreements. Yeah, it was
Totally.
really
This
good.
is something about Star Trek. I wrote this down when I was watching it. Is they always end with a minute of banter, and I'm like, I love that. And they'll have banter throughout. I'm like, banter is a key word of Star Trek, and
Don't
it's in-
underestimate banter, you know?
Yeah. And the other interesting thing is it's conflict, but people like modern Netflix writers that are currently on the strike or whatever and scared of AI, you say like you need to put conflict in the script, and they're like, okay, so they just have everyone yelling at each other. They have constant arguments or whatever. And,
Loud noises.
yeah, and Star Trek is like everyone's like in agreement, and they're only disagreeing about like a little things of what to do, what kind of.
Right.
And that alone is like awesome conflict of how like McCoy and Kirk, like they both are like trying to solve the same problem, and they both have different ideas. So then they're
Right,
like,
yeah.
all right, which idea is better of the two of ours? Which one should we go with? That
DeForest
kind of
Kelly was great. I mean, the casting in the original Star Trek was just, that was like lightning in a bottle. They were just so perfect how each of the personalities fit together.
Yeah. So I wanted, everyone to know if it goes up, we'll get Aber drinking. So
I'll take a break. Once I see some movement here, I'm gonna take a break, grab it out of the freezer. It's some tequila. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah. And the other, tequila, nice.
Yeah. No lime though.
Yeah, tequila mixed with Jaeger. No, just kidding. That'd be terrible.
Ugh. It's like Robitussin.
Yeah.
Jaeger.
Yeah. What do they call that? Like rappers, they would chug like Pepto-Bismol mixed with vodka or something.
Oh God, that's just horrid.
I don't know what they called it. It's something like that. Adam Miller, what's up? Adam Miller says, I tried to get into Star Trek 5 or 6 times in my life, and it finally took hold a couple of years ago with the original series. Yeah, totally. That's funny. Yeah, we're talking about Star Trek.
Yeah.
But,
Totally go.
Yeah. So Earthbound, this is the last night. Tomorrow morning, actually, I'm gonna launch the Indiegogo, but this one's like a little cooler. These are maybe, I don't know. The main thing is I think everyone here is gonna get one of the things I was handing out at Tampa, which is my Soy Zero business card.
Yeah.
So everyone who backs this gets a Soy Zero business card. The Indiegogos will not get that. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. I'm signing all of these, and then the Indiegogos, I considered not signing them, but then it gets a little bit complicated, so I might just sign them all, because basically. But
I was looking back at my first copy of Earthbound that I got years ago, and I saw that I guess I got a head sketch or something in it, and I can't remember. Were you charging extra for that at the time, or is that just something you did to kind of generate buzz for your book?
Yeah, if that was like the hardcover, I think I just put the head sketch in every hardcover.
Dang.
And yeah, so I did that for Foreign Agent too,
Mhm.
and then after that, I kind of didn't want to do it because it's kind of stressful. It's like you worry, like
You don't want to let anyone down.
yeah, if I mess this sketch up, then I almost like ruin the book, and it's a nice hardcover.
Well,
book,
even if
know?
you made a mistake, it's a narwhal mistake. That's like,
Yeah,
I think people would kill to have, a big artist, a Jack Kirby mistake or something like that. I mean,
yeah. When I was doing it originally, I made 2 piles of ones that I was happy with and ones that I didn't like. And the ones I didn't, there's only 5 to 10 of them, and then there might be like 60 to 100 of the other ones. And
Yeah.
it takes like maybe all day ish to kind of do that, and to just kind of get in the zone, and you're doing it. But that pile of 5 to 10, I didn't usually send those out, and then now as I'm finding those around my house, and I'm like giving them away as like free promotional giveaways or whatever, and I'm like,
right.
yeah, I kind of forgotten, like this might be one of the ones I initially hated, but I'll look at it, I'm like, it's not so bad, and because I got fresh eyes on it, I'm like, it looks okay. I don't think people would necessarily look at it and be like,
I'm telling you, if I got like a John Malin or a Ethan Van Sciver like mistake in my book, I'd be like, sweet.
yeah. So the other point of the stream tonight is cyberbullying the chat to back Earthbound. So
Yes.
everyone, we got 66 people here. If you
Get me
haven't-
drunk, folks. Come on.
Yeah, if you haven't backed it, how dare you? And
How dare you?
then you must. You simply must. So everyone consider that. And then as it goes up, yeah, we'll get Abra a little drunk. I might chug coffee, so I'll get the opposite of drunk. I'll just get jacked, and then I
Yeah.
won't be able to sleep, and it'll be sweet.
Thanks for putting the link out there, Alex BRB. Really appreciate that.
So Daily, I backed day 1. Nice, thanks.
Heck
Daily.
yeah.
You don't get cyberbullied. I could cyberbully you for not backing twice, but that's kind of ridiculous.
Doesn't Malin do that? Back once,
Yeah.
back off. Or no, that was vote once, vote off. And
Yeah. He did have some line to encourage backing twice.
yeah.
You could buy 2 and sell 1 on eBay or something.
Yeah, everyone else is doing it. It must be the right thing to do, right?
Yeah. I talked to a gentleman in the chat too who runs a kind of big eBay store, and in the past I've sold some of my stuff bulk to him, just kind of behind the scenes, like just like 20 copies or whatever, and mail it to him. But we might try to set up an actual like Narwhal eBay store. I'm going to send him a little inventory of every book, because that's
nice.
something. Yeah, I've noticed is the books are starting to stack up, and there's almost so many that I can't even really do like a Narwhal catch-up campaign where everything's offered, because that would just be so complicated.
The shipping would be astronomical too, I imagine.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, if you pack it all together, and then it's like the inventory, keeping track of it, of like maybe you only get like 3 people that want foreign agents, so I have to order a print run just for 3 foreign agents or something. And so, but then like Earthbound could have 20, so it's like that is logistically super weird. So what I'm doing is just sending a lot of the extra stuff, and we're going to try and sell it on eBay. I was thinking, after I was very inspired by Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and one of the things, I guess it's like, it did feel like some of like the Narwhal lore and Narwhal memes, people were like laughing at with me about those, and it inspired me. I was like, maybe I could do like a little merch campaign with some like,
why not?
Yeah, like a Soy Zorro shirt is one thing. I want to maybe do a shirt that says "You forgot to read my super chat," because I just think that would be kind of a funny comic shirt.
Oh, speaking of which, it's not a super chat, but Joe Ball just said he just backed. So thank you.
Nice, thanks, Joe Ball. yeah, what are we looking at? Oh yeah, I think since we've been talking, there's been 2 backers. I don't know if that means $100, so I'm kind of nervous. We can update it in a second and see how high it goes.
All
But
right.
it will crack that 6 will probably become a 7 on that 14th thou. Anytime the digits change, like over however far over you can go, that's like the dopamine. Like if that 4
Yeah, it is.
yeah, if that 4 changes to a 5, that's when you're like, oh, but it can only be like $1 and you're just like, yes.
Oh wow, it is jumping up. I just hit refresh.
Oh, nice.
All right. I'm gonna get the glass ready just in case.
Okay. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I will be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna
Un
read
momento.
super chat. Jason Sandberg, you forgot to read my super chat mugs. Yeah, see, like I'm into that. Like that's like not even Narwhal merch, really. But you know what made me think of it is because I did that. I super chatted and it didn't get read, and I was like, "You forgot to read my super chat." I didn't type it, but I thought it, and I'm like, everyone can relate. It's happened to us all, and I've probably accidentally forgot to read some super chats. Holy Hand Green, drink anyway. Yeah. So, also tonight, super chats. I'm cyberbullying everyone to send in those super chats. People, let's read them, and maybe I'll forget to read it, and that will make the shirt an even better meme. By the way, we've got 81 people watching. I sent the link. I'll tell Abra this too when she gets back. But I sent it to Kelsey and Ethan in the creative block, and then if anyone pops in, like Malin or whatever, we can send him the link. But I don't know if he will. Malin's bit was kind of funny. The narrative there, or like, are you back, Abra? Can you hear?
I can, yes.
Nice. But yeah, Malin was kind of salty on Twitter while we were at and he was having fun. It was all like kayfabe, but we're like, yeah, he's like got FOMO. He's like,
Yeah, I would say. I wish she had been there though. I think if Malin was there, we would have all had some wolf's milk and it would have been dangerous. Blood would have been spilt that night.
We would have fallen into even deeper sin, as he was putting it.
Oh yeah, we were. Well, I didn't go to the club, so I wasn't hedonistic, but
yeah, Malin, because I noticed even that for me going too, I went at the last second. I bought my ticket with like 4 days ahead of time, and I did it pretty much just because of peer pressure from Creative Block during a show. So thank you to them for doing that. And Jake Hype Wizard, he actually booked a double queen. He's like, just in case you do come, there'll be a spot for you, and we can split.
That was awesome.
Split it. So he's like thinking ahead because I was like kind of leaning towards not doing it because like I kind of don't like traveling, but this traveling was not that bad, I realized too. And I was talking to my friend who has 2 kids, and I was like, yeah, traveling, all day, whatever, on the plane, blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude, I would pay to travel somewhere where it's just me, because that's actually a good thing that you can do whatever you want for 8 hours. He's like, I haven't got to do that in like 4 years. And I was like, oh, yeah, a little perspective or whatever kind of makes
for sure.
You can appreciate it. But yeah, so I went at the last second. Then I was a little apprehensive, a little nervous. Because I don't know, I haven't done a big meetup with anyone, and I was like, "What's it gonna be like? Is it gonna be weird? Is it gonna be like whatever?" And it was like so amazing. Right when I walked in, well, I got in at midnight, and then people were still hanging out at the cigar place in Ybor City, which is like a section of Tampa.
Oh, that was the night, the infamous the dick on the back picture.
Yeah. The very first night that everyone was getting pretty drunk.
That's hilarious.
Cecil was like browned out, like he didn't really remember a fair amount of next morning. And then Shane was like pretty drunk, and some of it was like so funny. But so one of the reasons I didn't want to travel, which I can just get over it, and I ended up just taking a cab. But I'm like, shit, I don't even have Uber yet on my phone. I eventually got Uber, so now I have it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Easy. But I
was using Lyft. I find Lyft a little bit better, but I don't know.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So they're like, we're in Ybor, and I look up where it is, and it's 1.4 miles, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna jog. So I was jogging in Tampa. Yeah, and I asked the guy, the outside.
Are you crazy?
I know.
Oh my God.
And it was like super humid that I wasn't used to too, and I was like, am I gonna like die from it? It's like midnight, but you're
gonna die of dehydration because you're just gonna sweat it all out.
Yeah, and I went outside and I asked the concierge for the cars to show. What is that called? Is it the concierge? I don't know. what's it called?
Valet.
Yeah, the valet.
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, how far is it? Is it dangerous? And
Yes.
he's like, it's not dangerous. It's just like kind of far. I don't think I'd walk. And I was like, no, I'm not even walking. I'm jogging. So I grabbed my camera and I ran
They
off.
can't kill me if they can't catch me.
Yeah. And it gave me a little adrenaline rush. I'm like, what if some people tried to jump me in Tampa? But Tampa was not like that really. Like, especially downtown, there's like nothing. It feels pretty safe.
Yeah.
Not like Seattle and Portland kind of do creep me out at night. There's like homeless people everywhere. And you don't want to make
you
eye
run the
contact with
risk
them.
of them throwing feces at you or something there.
Yeah. By the way, everyone, we got 80 people watching. We're
Woo!
cyberbullying you all to back Earthbound.
Yeah, I
Basket,
have it
which is
here.
coming.
I had it in a bottle, an old Propel bottle. We keep that in the freezer.
Oh,
And
nice.
then I have my glass here.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
So I'm ready to go.
Cool. Nice background, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
Oh, thank you. I try to coordinate my backgrounds to any occasion.
Yeah. Holy Hand Grenade says LMAO narwhal fantasizing about getting jumped. No, that's the thing. I do a lot of hiking. I live near the mountains, the Olympic Mountains, and but my dad loves it. So usually I just go with him, but like at least once, twice a year, these kind of big hikes, and did it a ton as a kid growing up. And we would always fantasize about fighting cougars because there's black bears, but you don't really see them. But the cougars, my dad catches them on his trail cam, so they're out there, and they're not dangerous either. They're like kind of cool, but
unless they have rabies.
Yeah. But you still have that fantasy. Like we're walking around and everyone's like, how would you do it? How would you fight the cougar? And I was like, dude, if a cougar came at me, I would like have a big sturdy stick and I would stick it into the ground and the cougar would come at me and I go, ah!
Kind of like Braveheart when they were getting the horses and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on a slope. So you like flip the cougar over, do like a backward somersault. You only fall 6 feet and maybe scrape your arms, but the cougar goes flying down the mountain.
I think that's a male fantasy thing. And you know how many guys I've heard they're like, if I got into a fight with a lion, I'd do this and a bear. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it. And then of course the reality is that one Leonardo DiCaprio movie where you just get raped.
Oh my
God.
Yeah, you see him, he's like a rag doll on the ground. It's horrible. John Malin says he fights cougars with his peen. So
yeah. He could that could work. Somebody told me that cougars, they attack like I kind of like velociraptors in Jurassic Park, but they attack with all 4 paws at once. So you block the top 2, and then their feet get you. But they have the same like genetics as house cats actually. So like you could see like if you ever see house cats and how they like to kill things. They grab it with their paws and then they go like with their feet. They go, rah,
oh yeah.
Rah, rah, rah,
Yeah, so it's like the hind claws are just like scratching at the underbelly and everything, and brutal.
Yeah, a guy in his room says, "Make it happen, Narwhal. Fight a cougar." Oh, the problem is
oh my God,
lose. Yeah,
he's gonna come in looking like the Elephant Man sometime because he's gonna get claw marks.
Yeah. There was some video that went like kind of viral about a guy who survived a bear attack.
Oh my!
In Alaska, and he just took a video, and he's like, "Just survived a bear attack," and he's got like a gash, and his hat was holding his scalp on his head, so he had to get to the hospital.
Jesus!
Because if he took his hat off, his skin would fall off his head. Like, oh my God!
That's horrible.
Yeah, it kind of I don't fully understand it because when you look at bears, you're like, oh, so cute. But then
they are. Whoa. They really are, especially the little cubs.
Yeah, I think there's like maybe if you take the fur away, then it's like a demon from hell. So like then you see what's under there, all the rippling muscles or whatever. Yeah, it's like you want to get hit by that because that's the other thing is like you get slashed by a bear and it like rips open your skin. I'm like their claws don't look sharp; they look like nice little blunt little.
I think it's just like the friction or whatever, and they have all that mass and weight and everything just.
That is. I kind of think you're right. I think it's just that they hit you so hard.
And then they get each one of your eyeballs on the claws, and they're like, "I see you."
Yeah. They get you.
Oh God.
Bear was nothing but friendly to Narwhal. Oh yeah, Comics Bear is here. I met Comics Bear at Tampa, and he's money.
So bears are gentle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, yeah. Comics Bear, is great to meet you. Comics Bear, I forget though, were you from Florida or were you from like nearby kind of Florida? But so back to the story though, I'm jogging out to meet them at the cigar smoking place, and I made one wrong turn and I hit this weird dead end, and it was getting like almost out of town, like weird, like chain link. I only went out the wrong way, like 300 yards, but then I looked back, I'm going to turn around. There's going to be like 5 people there ready to jump me. Gang, they're coming. I turned and nobody was there. And so I was like, but as I jogged in,
come out and play.
Yeah, I know, like clink, clink, with bear claws.
Yeah.
No, but I walked, it was under all these overhanging highways of concrete. And that's kind of where all that shit goes down.
Yeah,
By the way,
that's where all the homeless are.
Yeah. Quick aside from that is when I lived in Austin briefly after college, I was trying to get a job and I was like responding to anything and everything. And I think I was even responding on Craigslist or whatever. And there was one job and it said internet cafe. So I go to it to apply. They like schedule the application or whatever. And I go, and it's getting kind of weirder and weirder part of town, more and more in like huge concrete streets everywhere. And I'm in the shadow of these, like, it's like 3 layers up. And then right at the bottom of it, there's like tons of traffic here too. And I'm kind of like going around. There's like it looks kind of sketchy part of town a little bit. And I go into this shack. This is one shack in the shadow of all those huge things. And this old lady who's like so like grizzled from smoking so many cigarettes, and like her voice is like so scratchy. She's so old and wrinkly. And I walk in and she goes, "You don't want this job, son. Turn around and go the other way."
It was an organ harvesting thing. She spared you.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, it's okay. No, it's okay. I'll apply." And she's like, "All right, I'll show you." And so she leads me into the back rooms, and there's just individual rooms with computers. And I realized she's like, "You got to clean up all the semen when they're done. You got to make sure it's clean." I was like,
"Oh my God." I was going to ask, like, how did they even get an internet connection out there? It sounds really sketchy.
Yeah. So that's what internet cafe meant back then. It meant like a place to go and have private internet access, and people would just jerk it, I guess. Oh, and she's like, you have to fight off the prostitutes because I'm trying to get in here and turn tricks in the rooms and stuff. But we're not, that service is not what we offer. I was like, okay, yeah.
Why? Because they wanted their cut?
Yeah. I was like, so call me if you want me to do the job. Bye. And then she never called. But I was like trying to play chicken with her. I was like, I'll fucking do it. I'll clean jizz off computers. I don't give a shit. But then it was like, no, I really don't want to do that.
That just sounds horrible. I think I would rather sell drugs or something and have to clean up that. Yeah.
I know. Selling drugs is like good business acumen at a young age. That's like little, whatever, entrepreneurs or whatever.
Yeah.
They should teach it in schools, like fake drugs, like somehow like simulate it like a game. And like who can sell like these rocks that are like special. You turn them in, their value goes up.
Glow in the dark or something.
Yeah. So NPC waits. Nar is hardcore. He gets gnarly. Yeah. So that's the just speaking of like these areas with the weird, huge roads are creepy. And then when I walked by that in Tampa, there was one creepy guy walking around. I saw him. I saw his silhouette on the horizon. I was like,
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. But so then I kind of jogged, sprint back, and I'm actually getting a little bit of adrenaline rush. I'm like, oh, where are they coming from? I'm gonna be ready. To sprint at a moment's notice. And then I started to get kind of tired, and I'm like, oh, I hope they don't jump me now because I'm tired. I've been running too long. And then
that's when they always strike, when you're trying to catch your breath.
Yeah. That happened to me here in Port Angeles because there's kind of a crackhead problem in Port Angeles. And I go on these, I told you, like, there's that one section I wanted to explore, but I haven't done that yet. But
on your scooter?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I just wanted to scoot into the creepiest part of town and just see what's up. But
you need to do what they do like with the chariot racers. You put those like spike things in your wheels. So if like the crackheads come at you, like,
just a quick getaway on my scooter. You'll never you got to hit a hill. Get to a hill.
Oh yeah. I was going to say, quick, find a hill, go downward. Yeah.
But so I haven't even checked that place out yet, but I really want to. But around actually it's why it's cool is because it's under this huge bridge. And so you walk on the bridge and then you can see this valley, and the valley looks really cool. And it goes all the way into the mountains, and it's kind of houses and shacks lining it all the way into the mountains. So it like still it looks cool. It's probably not even that big a deal. The only thing is it's the only way in, only way out. So it's like it just feels a little creepy if you go in there.
Sounds like gypsies and maybe meth houses or something in there.
Yeah, there is shit like that in around the area. But yeah, and that bridge is like a suicide danger. So they have huge like whatever chain link up over it now. And
Damn.
it's like it's kind of a weird, the whole layout of the whole area is kind of cool. These two huge valleys, and one of them is this like weird gypsy place. But so I was jogging around though, and there's a bike path, and you go all the way down kind of towards Walmart. You're on the ocean, and then you can go up and hit Walmart. But through that to get, it's kind of like a shortcut, and it's this mountain paved road through a foresty section of the outskirts of the city that get to the Walmart section, which is right on the edge of the city. And that section is like a haven for crackheads. Oof. And I always jog up it. It's just the middle of the day, but still it's like shady forest, kind of weird. And so I'm jogging up it, and then this guy on his bike comes down, and he's definitely a crackhead. And I kind of avoid eye contact with him. And then
so it wasn't his bike. He probably stole it out of somebody's yard. But
yeah, that's a problem too, and everything. But so he rolls by, and I kind of don't look at him. I jog a little bit, and then I kind of look back, and I'm like, he's probably calling his friends further up the road, and they're going to jump me. So I start sprinting, and I'm like, they're never going to get me. And so I'm sprinting, and I sprint all the way up the road, and I got so tired. I was just like,
I'm going to die.
Yeah. As soon as I did that, these two crackheads walk out, and they go, hey. And I was like, I walked by him like super tired. I was like, they better not jump me because I'm so tired. I planned wrong. The battle of wits, the crackheads won. But they let me pass right near where they were. They're right at the top, and the road was right there, so it was a little more public, so they could never get me. And I don't know.
You live an interesting life. That's
well, I
sure.
think a lot of it's in my head. I don't think the crackheads aren't that like devious, really. But that's like how I pump myself up to jog faster or whatever.
Yeah, you do need like a motivator, and I guess fear of death would be motivation to get anyone to jog, you know? Yeah.
By the way, let's see. So I think it's at where it started the stream. We had a few backers right before it started, and I was like, wait till we start, because then it'll count towards F5.
I whatever it is, I'm gonna do my first shot.
Yeah.
Then you guys you gotta help me keep this buzz going.
Whoa.
Okay.
It went almost 200. Yes, that's amazing.
All right. So cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Let's get it going here. Oh God. It smells potent.
Nice. Cheers. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll drink a raw egg if it goes
what?
Up. If it hits 15,000, I'll drink one raw egg.
Oh God.
I drink 2 every morning, and it gives me a huge adrenaline rush. And then I watch this video by Wes Watson. Have you guys heard of him on YouTube?
Why does that sound familiar?
He like motivates by yelling at you. He's like, you're a piece of shit, and it's time to turn it around. And so he does like 6 minutes of that every morning. So I throw that on, and I do push-ups with him yelling at me and going off the egg adrenaline of how
you got to send me a link. I'll have to listen to that the next time I go to the gym.
Yeah, I will send it. Yeah, it works.
You
good for
sorry
me.
Excuse for a human being, you sack of shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
Today, when I chugged my full bowl of pho, and that like bookended my whole weekend, because that's like the recovery meal. I feel pretty great after it, but I was really full, and I was jogging just a little bit home because I was downtown, and there's some stairs up the hill, and then you go straight over to my house like 10 blocks. So I actually ran up the stairs, and I immediately threw up a little bit in my mouth, and I was like, I'm glad no one was watching that, because I knew that might happen. But
oh God. Did you get the pho with the where it's almost like bits of cartilage, like meat cartilage that they put in?
Yeah.
What
is it? It's called the lining of.
I can't remember, but I like the texture. I know that sounds nasty, but it's like kind of like when you're eating a chicken wing and you get all up in it, and you're eating all the part of the chicken wing.
Yeah. It's the weird stuff. Even the marrow or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't suck out the marrow, but I do eat the cartilage.
Yeah.
Yes, the beef tripe. Thank you. Leo Schiltz has it.
Speaking of projectile vomiting, which I did not do. I just like threw up a little bit in my mouth. It was no big deal. But this one time I was volunteering in Seattle with this. It's kind of like Boys and Girls Club, but it's called something different. And I had to go into the class with a group of people, and then we would all do like an art project together. And I was helping the kids with that. So, and it was a public school, like kind of near West Seattle on that little bit of a different section of town. So we drive over there and we start walking in. First thing I noticed is like super heavy security, which makes sense kind of, but like every door is locked and you can't even get in. Like you can't even walk in a door. You have to get like buzzed in, and it kind of almost looks a little bit more like a prison. I was like, oh damn, like that's how they do it. Like good for them, I guess. And so we're just walking towards this one like steel door in the middle of this huge concrete wall. And I'm like, that's how we're getting in. So we're just walking, and we're like 100 yards approaching it in this big parking lot with there's like trees around and shit. All of a sudden the door opens and this kid and this woman walk out, and the kid goes, "Wah!" Immediately projectile vomits everywhere. And I'm like, oh, so this is what we're walking into. And then you get in there and it's like,
it's an omen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, get out.
Yeah. And you get in there, and then it was like a double security section, and then they let you in, and then it was a little bit more normal. But then it was funny too, because the school, it was like maybe slightly alternative in some ways of however they did the education. I'm not sure, but it had homeless kids in the school, like class would be going, and then you just have like a kid in the hall, and he's like panhandling, he's like shaking a mug, so you give him change kind of. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what? There's just kids like that live in the school and like don't go to class, but they just live in the hall. They had like a blanket and he's just sitting there.
What, did they have a kid turning tricks on the corner or something?
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell kind of school is this?
Yeah, if you go over like around to the West Wing, then there's like kids like gambling and playing dice and stuff.
Yeah, throwing it against the wall. Yeah.
Like just permanent recess, but in the hallway. And it was weird. The thing I noticed about that too, we go into the class and we're doing the assignment, which I kind of forget what this one was. I did a couple with them, but some fun art creative kind of thing. And I noticed that there was one girl who was super not shy, and she was asking me a lot of questions and like pulling me over to help her. And I was like, that's kind of a life hack from a young age to not be shy. I felt sorry for like the kids who are shy. And I made a point. I'm like, I want to make sure that I can help them too if they need anything. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm asking them, and they're like, maybe they're like, nah. They're so shy. They go, nah. And then the girl's like, I have another question. And so she got so much help, and all she was doing was just not being shy. I'm like, man, like I feel sorry for shy kids a little bit. It's like a huge advantage.
I mean, and then she's getting positive reinforcement for that too. So
yeah. So that's like note to self. If I could tell my 6-year-old me any advice of what I know now, I'd be like, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Yeah. I think when I was like in kindergarten, maybe up till 2nd, 3rd grade. Hey, Vaughn, how's it going?
What's up, Vaughn?
Yeah, I wasn't afraid to go up and talk to people and everything. And I don't know what happened. It was like sometime around 3rd grade. Then I started getting a little bit shy, but I don't know. Try to get
that happened to me too. Like they supposedly in 1st grade, and I kind of remember this, but there was a class play for Christmas, and I played Santa Claus. So I was like the lead, and I was like,
yeah, that's a big deal at a young age.
Yeah, but then I was like shy after that. So like something happened or whatever, some trauma, and I was super shy. But
did you get a bad review?
Yeah.
And it just ruined everything.
Yeah. So 86 people watching, everyone. Thanks for being here. Shame on you if you haven't backed Earthbound yet. Shame.
Don't you want me to end up in the hospital tonight?
Yeah. we got she's done one shot. We're only like $20. If it goes up about $20 and it hits $200, it's gone up. And that would be 2 shots. And then it's striking distance to 515 thou, which would be really nice to hit tonight. Another number, I don't know if it'll happen tonight, but we're at 284. Getting to 300 would be sweet. And I think the only way we'll do that is if people tweet it out, get some, let everyone know, and everyone hopping in here.
Yeah, everyone send out the bat signal. Let's get people in here.
Yeah, and we're kind of all over the place, but we're sort of reminiscing about Tampa.
Yeah, and where's Malin? I saw him in the chat. He should come in here too or something.
Oh yeah, okay.
Drop him a link.
I'm gonna
let him chastise us for being degenerate or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the link to a few people. So 1 second while I do that. I'm gonna get a few more links. So just take me a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Malin, boom, sent to Malin.
Oh God, I don't know how to say this person's name. It's like TS Man 74. He wants to know if after seeing the cock cage in Tampa, did you order one, Narwhal?
No, but what did they say? The cock cage?
The cock cage. I guess that the nude guy that was at the castle did that inspire you to get a new piece of your wardrobe?
No, I think I'll pass on that. I haven't fallen that far into degeneracy yet. But there was a guy there who's like, he was one of the funnier dudes I met, and it's funny. Yeah, everyone is like a character. I was like, this is so cool. But there was a guy we're at the cigar thing, and he's like, nice boots, Narwhal. And I'm like, what? Do they look stupid or something? And he's like, they're very Portland, or they're Portland. And I was like, oh yeah. And then he said some more stuff. I'm like, man, you're funny. And he's like, yeah, I'm suck it in the chat. I'm like, oh nice.
Oh, suck it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, I bought Witten's butt plug. I'm like, oh nice.
Holy hell.
He's like, yeah, I gotta hide it from my girlfriend. Yeah. He's like, I keep it in a cigar box and under my bed. I hide it from my girlfriend. I hope she never finds it. It's signed by Cecil though, so that's what I'll tell her if she ever does find it. I'll have to explain. But
Cecil was another. You talk about characters, really cool guy to meet.
yeah,
That was one of my bucket list items. Was to I want to meet all the CG people, but I wanted to meet Cecil and buy him a drink, and so check that off the list. Got to buy him a drink, so that was fun times.
boom. Look who's here.
Hey,
How's it going?
what's going on?
Kelsey Yes, Kelsey's here. Cool. Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Nice.
I didn't.
I'm actually here.
Yeah, I gave late notice. I'm like, I don't expect he's not gonna. But
Well, thanks for showing up. I know it's your bedtime. It's usually
Yeah.
mine too, but yeah, I had a lot of caffeine, and now I'm trying to
Nice.
booze it up a little bit.
I usually
let's
wait
go.
and get all my sleep on the Jack show, so we're so good.
Nice. Yeah, we'll go at least another hour, and we got more people coming in. Like this is awesome. Great
Yeah,
time.
Have you already been
Sure.
going an hour? My God, how much did I
No.
miss? 40
No.
minutes.
No. Well,
That's
we'll go,
nothing.
maybe
It
we'll
was
go
the
3
warm up,
hours.
you know?
I just don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to keep everyone up too late. I don't want to accidentally send Abra to the hospital. That's it.
Oh,
We
screw
didn't-
that mess. I'm going if I can get you to 20K. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I met Abra, and she's like 100 pounds or whatever. Abra too.
You're kind.
Your husband is awesome too. I thought
Thanks.
he'd be
Thanks.
cool.
He is terrific. He indulges me. He lets me do all my comic book stuff and the streaming. Very supportive. So I couldn't ask for a better partner. That's for sure.
I spotted you from across the room. You have like a very identifiable look, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Is that good or bad?
Oh, it's very good. It's very good.
Well, thank you. And of course, you have a very identifiable look. The gentle giant.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's a good thing too.
Usually fooled. What is it? Mistaken for Bigfoot, of course. That happens quite a lot. Or Kevin
No way.
Smith when he was fat.
Grizzly Adams, like the lovable
Yeah, Grizzly Adams. He's another one. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I guess. Or no, who else? Again, there's a few people. Those are in my gene pool, I think. You know,
Yeah.
We need men like you. We need the mountain men. So.
Oh, I like hearing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Are you
that's
happily
what-
married?
I am. Unfortunately,
Oh, okay.
but I
All
will.
right. I'm happy for you. I'm happy.
Nice. Yeah, Kelsey perpetuated your own legend even further just through kindness. Everyone was like, I love Kelsey. Kelsey was the person I was the most excited to meet too. I was like, I can't believe
That laugh of yours, Kelsey. Oh my God, it's so contagious.
I'm gonna develop a complex.
Good.
Yeah, no, I told you that we were hanging out about like you should develop a complex. Just have a complex.
Yeah, I should get full of myself and be like, or no, wait,
Yeah.
what's a complex? I already forgot.
I forget if it's I think it's positive.
Is it positive?
Or
I don't know if you have a
addition
complex.
or something. Somebody here is smart. Tell us what a complex is.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat.
Yeah,
I just heard someone say that once. It sounded like it was appropriate.
It
Does
does. Yeah.
Kelsey have one? Kelsey, what about how was it for you? Because when was the last? Because you lived the legend that I wanted to live back in the day when you're like, yeah, we would all be in the hotel and then we get drinks after. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I want to do that. And then we got to
Okay.
do it here in Tampa. Had it been a long time, or how was it to come back?
This was pretty much exactly the best con experiences I've ever had. I've had a couple that even if the con was crap, just hanging out with each other afterwards was worth it. And you don't get that with every con. Some of them are great, some of them are pretty good. They're all fun. I've enjoyed every one I've been to, but this was right up there with some of the best. So everybody just got along. It was so fun. I mean, it was fun seeing everybody for the first time, and I hope it doesn't get old. I hope it's still as fun seeing each other years from now.
Yeah, I one of the thoughts I had, I was like, if I do this 2 times a year, maybe even if I could afford to do it 3, I would. I could do it 3 times a year. Then I would see you guys more than I see my real friends. Then you guys would be my real friends. I'm like, that's what I want.
What are real friends?
Just like real life.
You mean I'm not?
Yeah, like
I
got
was
buddies
a real friend.
Yeah, I got buddies I grew up with in high school. Or whatever. I'll see them like twice a year now because we live in different cities or whatever. But like,
I haven't seen my best friend in person since 2012. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, you need a new best friend, and welcome to
a new best. See, that's like me. I just get a new one. I'm like, all right, well, they're out of state. Who's next? What do you got? Narwhal, what are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm being your best friend. I think I told you that too. I was like,
all right, good.
Hype Wizard,
what about Jake? You got any room in your friendship?
No.
All right.
Oh, no, I got plenty of room for you, Kelsey.
Okay, good. All right.
It's not special if you let too many people in, though.
Yeah. I've got like maybe 2-3 slots, something like that. If you want to fly over the ocean anytime, you can come and hang out. You'll get the red carpet treatment right over here, Kelsey.
2 or 3 slots.
I was questioning that. Like, what?
2 or 3.
You gotta fill the slot.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hey now. That's
He keeps them in his coat pocket. He opens up his trench coat. He's like,
second thought, I might have enough friends.
Check out my friends. Check out all these new friends I've got. Check out these new sluts.
Yeah.
I might have enough friends at this point, actually.
Backs away slowly. I don't know about this.
Bar in the chat. What's up,
Hey, what's up, Matt?
What up, yo?
So everyone back Earthbound last night for the Fund My Comic campaign.
Yes.
We're trying to get to 15,000, maybe even 300 backers.
The frost is coming off my tequila bottle, so please.
Get Abra plastered. Come on.
Yeah.
Wish
there
I
was
had vodka.
There's been.
Sorry, I was thinking to myself. Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I had some vodka.
How long have you got till it closes?
I'm updating here. What is it? It went 19
you got
over
a couple.
20. That's it. It's got up 200 now, Abra. So maybe it's time for second shot. I think.
Might as well. I'm not really feeling anything from this one, so
yeah.
Screw it.
Everyone, cheers.
Your tolerance is a lot higher from Tampa. That's why, right?
I didn't really do all that.
Oh, you didn't drink?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, that's a lot. Holy smokes!
Cheers.
Do that. Oh, I forgot. You're kind of small. So yeah, maybe that's a regular shot glass for me.
There we go.
Yeah. Jake, what are you drinking? Monster?
I'm drinking water. You arranged this thing and I didn't realize it was happening at like 4 a.m. I'm like, fucking gotta wake up and do that for normal.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the
I've got
campaign
the Jaeger,
naturally. Yeah, the campaign will die a natural death in its sleep tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And so we
don't like the sound of that. I want it to go out with a bang, not a whimper.
Not a natural death. Yeah. Let's kill it. Let's kill it.
Commit suicide. Unplug it.
Yeah, maybe I can. Maybe at midnight tonight I'll kill it. I'll pull the plug and then we'll get to life insurance and we'll run from there.
There you go.
But
actually, is this cash grab 2 now?
Yeah. Speaking of that, like it was a funny little Cecil moment. But Cecil was one of the greats to meet too. We've been
talking a
little bit about that. He's awesome. He was one of the guys when he was there when I first got there at midnight. So I got to finish this story real fast. So I didn't get jumped by the gang and I ran around the gang that didn't exist, but I thought they might, but they didn't. So I ran.
What
and then
gang? What?
I thought a gang might jump me.
Jogged to the club. You didn't hear that, Kelsey?
Well, I heard this, but I mean, there's I'm
I was
curious about the
fantasizing
gang.
about fighting off like gangsters as
The
I was
Tampa
jogging.
gangs.
There were Hell's Angels in the area, though, Noel. If you could have bumped into the Hell's Angels and given the wrong look, it probably would have happened.
Yeah. So I was jogging though, and I got all the way to Ybor City. Then I was kind of famished because I hadn't eaten or drinking much because I've been traveling all day. So I was like dehydrated. So I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. And so I went into like a 7-Eleven or something, and then at the 7-Eleven they had this like meat stick wrapped in cheese. So I like bought that, and I bought a bottle of water. And then I was walking in Ybor City, and there was all this smoke coming out of the clubs, like this billowing like smoke and music and lights, and people are walking down, and the people like everywhere. And I was just munching on my meat stick, like
munching on. Sorry, I heard that wrong.
At the castle?
No.
Were we
This
there
is
yet?
before the castle. I might have passed the castle. I looked its way or whatever. But then so I just have this meat stick in my hand and this bottle of water, like go. I'm so thirsty. No, just walking around. And then someone goes, Narwhal, and I'm like, it's Graham Nolan. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking for you. And he's like, oh, okay. And he like looks at my meat stick and he's like, yeah.
I was expecting your meat stick to be bigger.
Yeah. I'm like, well, it would have been, but I already ate some of it. Yeah. See, that's why I don't eat the meat stick beforehand.
I feel like I'm back at Tampa. John Malin wouldn't approve of this discussion.
He wouldn't. I'm sorry to the coach.
No, non-meat stick.
Forgive me, Father, for my sins.
Yeah. So then he's like, yeah, it's right down there, like cigars, everyone's smoking, blah, blah, blah. A few more blocks. So I walked down, and I was a little nervous, but I met Jake right away, and it was like we'd already known each other a million years. It was very comfortable, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then Sonny Crockett came up, and it's like, Narwhal, nice to meet you. And I was like, dude, Sonny is so money. And I didn't know he was Sonny Crockett at the time. I missed it. He might have told me, but I missed it. And then I knew he was Rob, and I'm like, this Rob guy is really cool. And I was hanging with him, and I'm like, hold on, later, like the next day, I'm like, later, I still got to get back to Sonny Crockett because he said he wanted to meet up and get a drink. So I'm messaging him, and then Rob's like, that's me. I'm like, oh, you are Sonny Crockett? That's cool. Yeah.
He had a whole like workout thing going on with you guys in the mornings. Yeah. And that's when I saw him.
Obama, holy crap. He and his
he's Haas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So impressed.
Crockett's jacked. Yeah, and he's like, Narwhal, we were talking about you. We got to get you jacked, buddy. Get you in the gym. Get some girls around you. We'll go straight and fights on this. I'm like, dude, sweet.
He's a great guy. He actually gave me my first martini.
Oh, okay.
Never had a martini before, and he knew his martini, and Mrs. Biggins knew her martinis. And they each had a very different way of doing it. And I could have gone with Mrs. Biggins' way, or I could have gone with what was his name?
Crockett.
You know, okay, I got a whole thing with that. I keep wanting to call him Nice Guy Eddie. I don't know why.
He looks like an Eddie. He looks like an Eddie,
and he's a super nice guy. And I keep wanting to say Nice Guy Eddie. Okay, Sonny Crockett.
Yeah, I wanted to know. Same thing Henry Bemis is asking in the chat. Did you have it dirty or did you just...
Okay, that's the thing. So Sonny likes it with dirty, which is with the olive, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they put a little bit of the olive juice in there. Like typically they'll always include olives, but if you do it dirty, they pour the olive juice in with it and kind of muddies up the water, so to speak. But
I can't remember exactly how he fixed it, but I was like, just like you do it, I just kind of want to see, get a taste of what you got. And I was going to get one from Mrs. Biggins as well, but we were so in the meat at that point, I didn't get another drink. But when I got it, it was so intense. I was not expecting what that was, and it was like drinking seawater, like I had taken like a drink of the Gulf.
You had it dirty then, it sounds like, because you were getting like the brine from the olives and everything.
And he knew as soon as he saw my face, he knew what was going on. And and he's like, wait, he and Ms. Biggins said, you gotta wait, you gotta drink it with meat, wait until you get the meat.
Yeah.
And it did make it a lot better, actually, a lot more palatable. But I'm
Yeah.
curious what the other way is, which it seems like it'll be much lighter. We'll see.
Yeah.
It won't. It won't have that salty seawater taste, as you called it.
But that's an intense drink for Sunny.
They'll hit you. They'll hit you really quickly too.
It seems to fit Sunny though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him dirty.
That ain't a wussy drink,
but
right
not
there.
The drinks.
The drinks. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Sonny was good at that, at reading faces. He did that to me a couple times. He's like, "What? You look like you're apprehensive about something. What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you like read faces. How do you do that?"
Oh, he's sharp.
You're like,
is he a cop?
You're like not autistic. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
you're not autistic.
I think it's because he's jacked. I think getting jacked gives you superpowers. And
No, he's just a full-on federal agent instead.
That's what. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, is he trained at this?
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get more coffee. You guys.
All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah. Henry Bemis was talking about that when it's dirty, it's very brackish. So.
Yeah. Oh God, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I was prepared. I'm used to like sweet drinks, like girly drinks. Those are good. Wine coolers and whatnot.
You remember the old Barnum and James? You remember those
Bartles and James?
Yes,
Bartles
thank
and
you.
James.
I always
Absolutely.
get the name wrong.
Yeah.
I remember those commercials. You had the guy that didn't talk or whatever, and
there was Seagrams. There was a few different kind, and I like those. I'm more of a liquor man. I've never been a beer guy.
Yeah.
I think if I was a beer guy, a martini might go down better because it's a little more on the dry side or the salty side or whatever. But I like those.
I
sweet,
see you as like a craft beer. You'd have to
craft
do a craft. Yeah, like one of those where they do like special flavors or brew it a certain way. I can't see you just doing like a Mick Ultra or a Yingling or something like that. You'd have to have something that was crafted with love.
I'm more like a liquor. I like my favorite is Scotch. Love
Scotch. I love
Mm.
Scotch.
Glenlivet.
Oh boy.
12-year-old Glenlivet. Delicious.
I'm not muted, am I?
Good. John
No, you're
Malin
back,
just
you're
commented with 3 periods. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think that might have been about my beer comment, though.
Oh,
He's a beer guy.
That's his standard comment to let it known that he's here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Standard 3 dots.
Malin, you have the link.
Come in, Coach.
Come in here, man.
Tell us where we went wrong in life.
Have you ever had a martini? That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah. He has it with wolf's milk.
Oh, that's true.
Jay hooked me up with a very sweet drink, and it was like a special Brazilian drink. I cannot remember what it was, but it was the sweetest thing I've ever drank, and I want about 50 of them now.
Oh, see, now that would have been more my style. I would have liked that.
I cannot remember at all what it was, though.
Oh.
He had to order it. He had to order it for people because they wouldn't get it right when they ordered it. He tried explaining it, but he had to order it each time.
Was it a Shirley Temple?
No, I honestly,
Sorry.
Is that a famously simple drink?
It's a non-alcoholic kind of cocktail that they give to kids, to make them feel like they're participating in the adult debauchery.
Is that good? Just give him a Monster in a glass. It'll be
fine. There you go.
I've never had a Monster either, an energy drink.
It's probably for the best. It's not good for you.
I always feel like it's going to give me a heart attack. That's why.
Yeah.
There's been days where I've had like 6 of them in a day. I haven't had a heart attack yet, but I can imagine if I kept going. Yes.
6 in a day.
Wake up in the morning, knock back 6 monsters, dead.
Yeah, that's how you got gout. You gave yourself gout because you tried too many.
Oh my god.
Gout.
And energy drink induced gout. Yeah, Kelsey, the whole time.
Is that how you get gout?
I don't know how I got it. I got it when I was like 25, and it was a complete mystery. And you're supposed
like
to
a venereal disease, or like what is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's in my lexicon now because of Jake. And then Allie was there, and she's like, I hurt my knee, so I walk kind of slow. And I was like, you got gout? And then she's like, how come Narwhal's a dick?
Yeah, she got so offended at that. Like, what? You call me like an obese piece of shit? And I'm over here like, I actually have it. And I'm not. Like,
I thought you get it from eating like rich foods, like too many.
I don't know.
But I don't know
no
what
idea.
rich foods are.
Yeah, it's like liver. If you eat like organs and shit, that you've been
Well, who the
chugging.
hell eats liver unless like a doctor prescribes it? You know,
Unless,
like,
except a
It's very
British
British.
man.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
people are
eat
supposed to get
haggis?
it.
Blackbird pies, things like
yeah.
that.
shepherd's
Hello, I
pie or
have made
spotted
blackbird
dick.
pie. Like, you're supposed to get it around 50 or something like that, and I literally got it at half that, like 25. Like, what's going on?
Oh my
That's
God, it's
how
all
unhealthy I was.
downhill from here.
I know this isn't sounding good.
You've been 10 years with the
Joe
gout now.
Anand said you get it from high uric acid. It crystallizes in your feet. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Jake explained it. That's exactly what it is, and it like hurts. Every
So
time
it's
you
like a
step on it.
kidney stone for your knee or something.
No,
or your feet.
that literally is it is. You either get gout or you get kidney stones. So
Oh,
either your
God.
foot hurts or, you know.
Oh,
the
you're
other one.
lucky you didn't get kidney stones. I would take gout 100% over kidney stones.
Man, what's with
There you
our
go.
latest crop of comic skaters? We got Jimmy dying of a heart attack. You got gout. What else? I mean,
They're
Yeah,
all
what's going
crippled.
on?
They aren't old enough too. Like this is like the medium generation. All the old guys are healthy, but the medium generation is
Yeah.
falling apart.
Swear to God, you guys got to live a long life. I have money that I have to throw your way.
oh, well, hey, it'll all be worth
Hello.
it.
Oh, so I was gonna say, speaking of money and death, that
Oh,
was
God.
Where's this going?
that was Cecil's idea for a Where's Waldo comic. Somehow he like spitballed like just out of nowhere because there was a guy dressed as Waldo.
I saw him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
that was
and they're walking
awkward.
around, and Cecil's like, yeah, because Waldo died, and so his wife he faked his death to collect the life insurance. The life insurance investigator has to find Waldo so they don't have to pay out the insurance. But then someone else
Dude.
wants to kill Waldo so that they can actually collect the insurance. Someone who like works for the wife or whatever. I'm like,
That's
dude,
actually a really good idea.
Yeah, it sounds hardcore. Somebody do
yeah.
it.
It sounded funny. And Cecil goes, we just wrote a whole comic, didn't we? I was like, you did, but yeah, that's awesome.
Oh God.
What'd you think of Cecil in real life?
He's well, I don't want to give too much praise, but I was thinking he's gregarious, authentic. What else? He's charismatic.
Too much
he's
praise?
He's
Yeah.
very charismatic.
It makes sense that he's like a rising star just on YouTube.
Mm.
For sure. He has that personality of someone that grew up in New York around, the wealthy and the elites and everything. Like he just knows how to
Really?
schmooze. Yeah, he
Oh,
knows how to
yeah.
schmooze. He can strike up a conversation with anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. He could strike up a conversation with you, and
that's
be
useful.
engaging.
Yeah, that was really helpful having him like this ace up the sleeve of the
Yeah.
because he did a few times kind of play that role of like bringing everyone together. He was the one when I got there. He walked up to me after I gave Jake a big hug. Then I said hi to Crockett, and then Cecil walked up, and then he was like so warm, and it was so nice, and I felt immediately welcomed. And I'm like, dude, this is like the greatest. I was already I ran a high from that point for 4 days straight.
Yeah, he has that personality where when you meet him, you feel like you've known him for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He
I mean,
seems like
that's
he seems like the kind of guy that's always going to land on his feet eventually.
yeah. Eventually,
Eventually.
it took him a couple years, but he made it out.
I thought I was
Made it
gonna
out
have to
alive.
knife him because like he
What?
he was like out of nowhere. He comes running. This guy running at me, and I'm used to like Cecil, as the fat guy with a mask, and
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah,
like,
then you got
literally-
this built guy coming at
Muscle
you.
man.
Yeah, he was like screaming at me, and his voice was all like, "Ah!" like. I'm like, this is not. I don't know who this is, but he's about to die. Like,
Oh my God, it's a terrorist! Quick, do something.
no. But he just like hugged me, and it was, once I kind of like came to like who this guy was, it was like, oh, Cecil. I was in a bit of a delirious state, and then everybody comes pouring out the damn door. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then
I
you're
remember that.
there. You were there, right?
Yeah, that was the first night. Yeah, that was amazing.
It was
We were
so
waiting for you.
surreal seeing you. I mean, just everybody was. It was just weird.
Yeah, I remember.
Still getting
I
over
think
it.
I snuck up on you, like you were talking to Cecil, and I
Yeah,
like, started slapping your back or whatever.
yeah. Several people did that. Where I just like I just turned to the right, and somebody is standing there just staring at me. And,
Oh, that was probably me. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's just it was just funny. So I think people were like, "Oh, it was." You know who did it? Was Camel Moon. Like I just look over and he's like looking at me with like out of the side of his eye, just with this evil grin on his face. Just like waiting to surprise me without doing a thing.
I like that Lieutenant Dan meme. Was that Malin who put that up there about like he doesn't have any legs, he never shows his legs?
Well, I already said that he had a little person that he was sitting on the shoulders of named Eustace. Nice fellow. Hard drinker though, man. He can drink us all under the table, that guy.
Dang.
So that first night, we're going a little bit back and forth between the hotels because they're right next to each other, and half were in one, half were in the other. And we came back at some point, and we were walking up, and it was the valet of the other hotel, and Shane had his hair all messed up, and they were in the middle of a conversation, and the valet says like, I think that's still rape. And Shane's like, come on, what are you talking about? And I was like, what? And so apparently that was live streamed though. And I think they were talking about whether or not Shane could marker the guy while he was asleep. And so,
he did, not whether he could or not. He did it.
I can't believe he did that. Oh my God. I can, but I can't,
The thing that kind of gets me is that I've heard that was the Sharpie. He asked me for a Sharpie. And I was like, oh, of course. And then I think I went off talking to Biggins or something. And then all that happened and he gave me my Sharpie back. So apparently my Sharpie has man ass all over it.
You're an accomplice to the rape now.
Yeah, I was going to say
that too. I didn't think about that part.
Yeah.
But
straight.
Yeah. Do you guys ever do that in college? Like if you pass out too soon, you can get
I never raped anyone in college.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't know if drawing a dick on someone's face counts, but you know what I'm talking about. You ever do that or have that done to you? But
are you sure, Jake? I mean, are you really sure?
I'm kind of sure. I've done this. I did the stacking of the toilet paper on this stuff, where you start stacking things on the passed out person. Maybe that's okay.
Oh yeah. See, that's cool. And then you see the memes like they'll get taped. Whatever, somewhere.
That's only mild rape
or whatever. I never saw anything like that. But the one me and my friends always did, we called it antiquing. Where you sprinkle flour all over them.
Oh God!
They wake up there as a ghost.
Yeah. And there's been parties where like the whole room ends up getting antiqued, and it's like, oh, that's a huge mess. But whatever.
Yeah, who has to clean that up?
I remember back in my day, it was just put their finger in water, yeah, and then they'll pee, or. Put shaving cream in their hand and then tickle their nose, so they'll go to scratch their nose and put shaving cream all on their face.
See,
they asked for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys, we are so close to 15,000.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna update it here. I saw a few backers. Actually, maybe you look. So we'll wait. We'll see if we can get it. I won't update it just yet. But we need one more backer.
Yeah.
Who in the chat of 121
who wants
people
to
watching?
Put me over the top?
Yeah,
we need a real good crazy story to really send this home, right? Like, anybody got any really crazy stories? I mean, other than the castle. I mean, we know that was pretty crazy.
God.
Yeah, the castle was crazy. I don't know the what else. There's nothing particularly.
Nothing happens. Everyone's behavior was pretty like
no dirt, no backroom stuff that I don't know about. I mean, surely there's a good juicy story, right?
They don't want Valen to rub their noses in it even more, right?
Oh, he's not here. Don't worry. What else we got? What do we got? No, we already heard about the drugs. Patrick was a bad boy on this trip. Yeah.
Patrick was. Cecil was a little bit.
Oh, was he? Oh, he was Patrick's accomplice in this whole affair.
Probably.
Yeah.
Look at everybody get nervous.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something. I'm like, I know Cecil got laid out for a day because of inebriants, and we didn't think he was coming back. Then he rose from the dead to head off.
Oh,
I must be way more saturated than everybody else because I didn't get a thing out of any of that stuff. So it's a normal day for me.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cecil, and it's in the video when I filmed him. He's like, "What are you documenting?" And I go, "Your face." And he goes, "Oh, fuck." He's like, "Just don't show my pupils."
Oh God. You're gonna edit that out, right?
Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah. No, I DM'd him. I DM'd him. I'm like, is it okay for? I'm pretty sure it's okay, but if not, I'll take it out. But I was like, better to ask forgiveness than.
Oh God!
That's what
Jetto
Shane
Jaga said. Did Cecil get the Eiffel Tower again? I think the Zayd Bros were good this time.
That's another thing. Shane was another bad boy. I keep forgetting about how much he did. He did the ass drawing with the Sharpie. This is all stuff I'm finding out now. I was there, and this was all happening like to the left and right of me. I had no clue.
Yeah.
So
you're just a good guy. You know?
Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm obviously not very observant. I'll tell you that. Well, I mean, there was the one bit where he goes to the woman. This has become like legendary now, where takes a picture with two women, at least two women, right? And then asks for money afterwards. He's like, "Hey," or they want to take a picture with him or something like that.
When he was dressed as the trucker, the tiger trucker.
It's mange. Yeah, everybody thought he was Tiger King, right?
Oh my God, Joe Exotica.
Right, because he kind of looks like that. I think that's what they thought he was cosplaying as.
Yeah.
And they'd ask him to take a picture, and then he'd be like, $5.
That woman's face dropped instantly. It was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh
to have the follow through, to have the balls to do that, I give it up to Shane. That was very well executed. Well done.
Shane has, I noticed he has that alter ego, because when he's just Shane Davis, he's just kind of like your choir boy, you know, really good and nice, and he has
I got to see him in his eye. He was sitting next to me at lunch. He's got a little twinkle in his eye all the time.
Yeah, he puts that character on, and it's like Jekyll and Hyde, and then the tiger is let loose.
The real him.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. He's in there because, like, I could see it with that little sly, crooked smile of his. Yeah. And he gives you that little twinkle in his eye, and you're like, "You're up to no good. I know it." Yeah. Should I be worried? Yeah.
He just wants Yanzi to spank him when he goes back to the room.
Yeah. So I found everybody a lot. A lot more impressive in person than I ever imagined. So this is a good crew of people.
Yeah,
it's true.
It was an honor to meet all you guys, I have to say. Because you as a fan, you kind of get attached. You feel like know you guys from just watching all the streams and everything, but to have a chance to connect with you in person and everything.
I'm including you. I mean, everybody that came to the table, everybody that came to the cigar party, everybody that was kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
Our couples. What's so funny is like I was walking around with our couples various times all the time. He was another one. I'd look over and he's just kind of looking at me in the corner of his eye, just with that, that kind of blank smile that he does.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I didn't connect 2 and 2, but I'm like, oh, I get back here and I'm like, oh, like suddenly it all clicks like after the fact.
That's who you are.
Oh my God. Yeah. So,
people are saying to refresh, so I'm going to refresh and we'll see. You guys ready for some dopamine? Want to see some digits?
Yeah.
Is it going to happen? Maybe.
Comics Bear is another guy. I was like, who are you again? And he's like, Comics Bear. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Comics Bear did one of the first reviews of Nora's Saga. Again, didn't realize that until afterwards. So I was like,
15,000.
Hey.
288. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
All right.
15,000. That's sweet. This is a F on my comic. That's good we're doing good. What is Kelsey? What did yours finish at on FMC?
Oh, let me check. Looks like 17,687.
Oh, we're 2,687 from defeating the evil of comics.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Mine's an open store. It'll keep making money forever.
No, mine's closing forever, dying of poor death in the bed tomorrow morning.
So
painless death.
Bleeding out.
Death.
Well, we can do it. Come on, let's do it.
Someone donate.
I got a shot here.
Yeah, let's do it.
She's got a whole bottle left. We can get it up to 20.
I know.
Let's do this.
Yeah. All right. Salute.
Cheers.
Are you the only one drinking? Narwhal's drinking.
No,
All right, you got the.
I'll whip out the Jaeger.
All right, I'll wait
Jaeger.
till you pour that. Oh, you're doing it out of the bottle.
Holy
Well, I suppose I could put it in the lid if you want, but I usually just chug it out the bottle.
What a mad dog!
Take it in the bottle.
I'll do it. I didn't take
ready?
any. Go.
Oh, go.
It's not a race, Jake. Jesus.
I like that fading effect.
Yeah.
You guys see that? Going back and forth.
Keep it going.
That was fun.
Hey, Chad
That was
Townsend
good. I
in
want
the
to
house.
clip that later. Yeah.
Send Chad the link. Get in here, Chad.
Yeah, Chad, come in. It was so nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Chad was a surprise. I honestly, I don't know why. I don't know if he told me or not. I didn't know he was going to be there. And I turn around, and he's freaking Chad standing there. I was like, what the? Yeah, it was just weird. He was great, though. I really enjoyed hanging out with Chad, man.
Henry Davis said Jägermeister is the devil's licorice.
Oh, it's delicious.
Devil's
I
licorice.
get a lot of criticism for being a Jägermeister fan over
Yeah, it's Robitussin. It's yeah. Ugh.
Robitussin. Just
I love it.
I haven't drank Jägermeister since I was in high school. I mean, that.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, that was a Goldschlager was another one. That was a big one.
Whatever
I was in high
happened
school.
to Goldschlager? Oh my god! Did you crap pieces of gold like after?
Yeah.
Doesn't have
you
gold
drink-
flakes in it.
If you drink enough of it, you start like shitting out whole gold nuggets.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I need to drink more of this. Like, winner, look in the bowl.
So
The toilet bowl's glowing when you stand up. You're like, what the hell?
it's that coffee, like the cheetahs or whatever eat the beans and poop it out, and then the people make the coffee from it. What's it called?
Yeah, like those bats. The
or whatever.
guano
Yeah,
bats. Like,
Lua or whatever. Somebody
like
in the chat help me. I can't remember this stuff.
It's like a form of gout where you get golden crystals.
golden gout. Gildan gout. There we go.
Yeah.
Gildan gout.
Yeah,
The true,
I like
the
that.
true disease of kings.
The disease of kings.
That would upgrade it to king status. You're shitting gold.
She's
Oh,
first
geez.
world problems. Am I right? Oh, Everclear. Oh my God. I was at a college party one time and this girl came with Jello shots made from Everclear.
Ooh.
And we didn't know. She's just like, they're Jello shots. Yay. And so everyone gets started. We're like, cheers, cheers. And everyone like does the shot. And you just see everyone, they're just like, trying to get it down. It was like a struggle just trying to get that Jello.
It's like
was horrible.
burning on its way down.
Yeah. Ugh.
What about absinthe? You guys ever done absinthe?
I didn't like it.
It's kind
What
of
is it?
licoricey too, like Jägermeister.
It's that drink they used to drink back in like the 1800s and
You pour it over like sugar cubes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes with opium or something.
I didn't hallucinate from it. I just thought it was gross.
Yeah, I just blacked out, and I don't.
I'd rather do mushrooms or something than than have that.
Well, if only you asked. I think there was mushrooms floating around, Abby. You could
I
have
heard,
apparently.
yeah.
Well, that's what I said. I actually had some. As soon as I got there, it didn't do nothing. A bad one.
You just get jumped and someone's shoving it down your throat.
Oh God.
You haven't.
No, it wasn't like that. Please, Malin could be here. Please don't.
Oh, I meant the shrooms. I didn't mean anything else.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes. The crap, the coffee beans from the crap.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Coffee
Yeah,
beans
so
from
you-
crap? Tell me more.
It's what the rich people consume,
Oh yeah, that and like
it's from the Andes or
the
something.
foreskin of babies. Those
Yeah.
damn rich
Ew.
people.
God.
They rub it on their face. They do. It's that what's it called? It's the girl who gets her head chopped off in the movie Seven, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah. Oh,
has a
her
magazine.
nasty ass candle. Her snatch
Yeah,
candle.
Yeah.
Ew.
Gross.
Her magazine
Yeah.
is
What
called
the hell?
She made a candle that's supposed to smell like her vagina.
Snatch Candle. That's
It's
like
a
a band.
snatch candle.
That's a great band name, Snatch Candle.
Snatch candle.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
I'd listen to that band. Sorry, I don't know what the hell I'm saying at this
My
point.
favorite band, Snatch Candle.
I hear those concerts smell great.
Yeah. God. Alex VRB says Kelsey, gross. Orders 2 of them.
I already forgot. What was gross?
The
The snatch
snatch
candle.
candle.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and her magazine's called Goop, and they talked about rubbing baby foreskin on their
What
face.
the frig is her problem? That's disgusting.
Is she one of
Yeah.
those
This is
Hollywood ties?
Leave the
Yeah.
children alone. She
Yeah.
probably went to Epstein Island. That freak.
Yeah. Did you guys
Yeah.
see like your boy Zach? He did a recent video. I still love your boy Zach, and I like his videos just for the record, because some people talk shit or whatever. But which is fine. Everyone can have their opinion. But
That's true.
I like his videos. But he did one that I kind of disagreed with, because he kind of made fun of me a little bit. Like he made fun of everyone, but I'm like, he's making fun of me too.
He called you
Because-
autistic.
No.
Oh, did he really?
No, yeah, but what I'm talking about is he's talking about Hollywood. And would we want it to burn and or to fix it, like fix it or burn it? And everyone was saying burn it, and he's like, everyone's saying they want it to burn and then rise from the ashes like a phoenix. He's like, literally everyone is saying that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I was like, oh, I said that. But
yeah, I said that too.
I know.
I mean,
but so I have one rebuttal to him, just a little bit, is because his points were like decent. He's like, you should fix it instead of burning it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, the thing is, if you're talking about them rubbing baby foreskin on their face, then you can burn it. Like you can burn it, that aspect of it. And then we'll bring back whatever the actual art
when they do
is.
those weird like Bohemian Grove, like
like
whatever
that's
hell
the
it
part
is.
you can burn. You can
Yeah.
let that shit die.
well, what I kind of honestly hope for is that much like when what is it, American Zoetrope took over in the 60s and 70s, because they were showing, they had the big corporate Hollywood system, and it was just failing. And then the corporations started taking over, and they had no idea about making movies, so they just started giving people like George Lucas money to make Star Wars and things like that. Easy Rider came out of that, and it revolutionized cinema at the time. Spielberg came out of that, all that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're at a technological place as well where things are changing. It's just going to be really.
It's a weird time.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute before things get really sorted out. So.
There was a kind of seemingly within the system, like what your boy Zach might want a prototype for it is the early 90s. There was an independent revolution kind of through the studio system where people were getting discovered. Like kind of merit based and then given chances, and even like that's Tarantino, Kevin Smith, who's the guy who did the other famous dude from that who did Boyhood and shit lately, Richard
Linklater. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And one of the biggest ones is the guy who did There Will Be Blood. That guy got kind of brought into
P.T. Anderson.
He's amazing.
I hated that movie when I first saw it, and then when I started analyzing it and talking about it, I'm like, it's genius.
It's cool when art does that, when it grows in
Yeah.
you or whatever. And that one, his movies are cool. I watched one of his newer ones. It was
Boogie
called
Nights.
That's a great one.
That's a good like companion piece to Pulp Fiction, almost, or something, like two 90s movies that are like.
Have you ever seen Killing Zoe?
No, that's Tarantino's buddy did that though, right? But
co-creator, co-writer who gets left out a lot of
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Speaking of getting left out a lot, Noel, check the private. Like, we've got another guest that you're completely ignoring.
Oh, what the hell?
Irene, what's up?
Irene!
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, honey, what's wrong?
You sound like Bancroft.
Yeah, I got the Bogan coof. It's his fault.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
It's
Irene's
okay.
He's like, I don't know if I can come on. My voice is messed up. I'm like, she's faking it.
Oh,
It's real.
Reedy never fakes it. You shut up.
Look, my voice is so messed up.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I have crawled out of bed to support you.
Thank you.
This is a real trooper right here.
It also sounds a lot worse than it actually is. So
I love you, Reenie.
I love you too.
Oh,
This is gonna make me throw up.
oh.
Keep him
I
away
just
from
like I
each
want
other.
to pet her like a puppy. Oh.
Wait, that's a cat. It's not a puppy.
Oh, okay.
It's worth it for Tampa
Okay.
and all the fun we had. It's worth it.
Yeah, Rainey was another one. She was busy. I barely saw her at all. And then I didn't go to the castle. I heard you guys had fun at the castle.
Oh my lord.
It was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun to be had for sure.
Any other what is it? Untowardly things? Is that how you say it?
Sounds
at the
close.
castle. It was
Yeah.
just
No,
the
no.
spanking. Girls were lining up to get spanked, and the guy would spank them harder and harder until they tap out. And
It was
the whole...
girls? I thought it was the guys that were lining up to be spanked by a girl.
No, I think it was girls, and the guy was doing the spanking.
They go
and
both
girls-
ways.
Oh, I never should have
around-
watched it. I missed that bit. All I got was the butt plug guy. I didn't know there was women
Ew.
getting whipped.
Yeah,
Jeez Louise.
yeah. It was in the
Is that
corner.
what you got?
There
Yeah.
was a corral in the corner, and people were packed staring. And then it was wrapped. The line to get spanked was wrapping around the building, and so like people like
Bunch of simps.
Yeah.
God almighty.
I got a picture of the whipping station. I mean, I didn't really look. I was just like, ooh,
Oh
Ooh.
my god.
weird people.
Nice.
Feels like this cross
No,
thing.
and no one's
Yeah,
like bring it
the
up.
cross
No one
thing.
said bring it up. No one said bring it up. Like
No.
yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah,
I've seen enough. Yeah.
I can imagine.
James Rockin was saying the website won't let him pay. Are you talking about for Fund My Comic or?
Oh yeah, I think you have to these days. You have to have it's kind of a bug that they're fixing, but you have to have an account and do it through the account. If it's and then once in a while, that's probably what it is, I think. But if for some reason, if it's not working and if you don't want to do that, tomorrow's the Indiegogo launches too, and the Indiegogo will go for another 2 weeks. Then it'll all be done because I actually finished it. It's completely lettered now too. So as soon as the Indiegogo finishes, I kind of start fulfilling. So it might start shipping out by like early September even. So this one will fulfill really fast. And then part 2 of 6 kind of will launch like early next year. And I'm already a little bit into that, drawing that one. But yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
There's been some weirdness with it too. Like with mine, there's just little things that they're still finding. They you just don't even know exist until it happens. Like they apparently when they closed down, when mine ended, we were going to convert it to an online store, and they switched it over before the time period for the funds to transfer. So that triggered all kinds of weird stuff that they didn't anticipate. So they're fixing that up now, and so hopefully it won't happen to anybody else. So.
Yeah, you nearly got locked out of your last day. So Noel's making changes on the last day because they wanted to extend it, and he's like, "Oh, I've got no internet, I can't do it." And I roll in, I'm like, "Don't worry, I can help you." I fix it for him, and he makes the changes, sends them off, and then he's like, "Oh no, my campaign's locked down."
What?
Yeah, but then I just emailed them and they updated it, and then it was fine. It was
okay.
like 20 minutes with it not available to back or whatever. But that's what they told me too. They're like, just let us know beforehand so we can do it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, Kelsey. I'm trying to get one of your shirts and it's not working.
I know there's still something going on. I'm actually going to be on Luke's show tomorrow, and
Okay.
I'm going to ask him about a few other things because I don't know what's going on. There's been a lot of people wanting to get the book, and it's kind of locked right now. It doesn't seem to be like anything.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's working. Well, dang nabbit.
Yeah. You know, Murphy's Law. Whatever happens, whatever can happen will happen.
God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Lord. Forgive me.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna update it.
out.
I'm gonna update it. I just want to see. So from here, because we don't want to send Aber to the hospital, that's to get to I don't know if it gets to I don't know.
Come on, let's get it to
go on.
15.5. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Abra. I just backed it.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
I
I'm
have
so
a good buzz
sorry.
going on. I would.
You don't have to drink. I can't.
You want to keep it going?
I'm getting the vapors.
Irene
a
can
little
drink.
bit. It's
She's
hot. in
okay.
here.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Actually, isn't rum supposed to help?
Yeah.
Rum helps a lot of
Rum,
things.
bourbon,
Coke
all
with
that kind of
what?
stuff.
I'm just gonna spend a week straight completely drunk every day.
That's the way to do it. Then you
Yeah.
won't even know you're sick.
Yep.
DJ2K, he says $5. I couldn't come to Tampa because I was broke. Hopefully I can come out for the Fans Fest. Back to $45 tier for Earthbound Group Week. Thanks.
Awesome.
DJ.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We were saying we want to come and make sure we're hitting conventions that everyone can get to, get as many fans as possible in here. And look, we got one more guest here too. We got Vaughn. What's up? Vaughn was there the whole time.
Hey, Vaughn.
How's it going?
Yo.
What's up, young
Long time
man?
no see.
Yeah.
Hello.
Someone got Irene, Yanzi, and I sick.
What?
It was me, Yanzi. The point of origin, the first person who had a
I think it's
messed up
Bancroft.
throat was Bancroft,
Hey,
and
I
then
think
it was,
Chad.
He swears he didn't have a
Hey,
cold.
and then it was like I had
Yeah, 'cause he
my
gave it to
throat
us.
started being fucked up, but I thought it was just from talking so much. I felt
Mhm.
fine until I got home yesterday, and then like
Oh.
I had a fever half of today. And I'm like, well, thanks for that, Bogan Goof.
Yeah, you got the crazy Australian disease.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what
I
I've
mean,
been
maybe
saying.
he
All
picked
weird.
it up on the flight over, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't get anything. I never got nothing.
Oh.
let's
You
see
got to
what-
get vitamin D.
Ooh.
You take vitamin C, you take zinc, all your multivitamins.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
I took,
it's important.
Well,
I didn't do none of that.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
didn't
not a
do it. I
zinc,
probably.
but-
But I
All you
didn't
need-
tongue kiss Bancroft like the rest of you guys.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
dear.
What? I mean,
wait.
he's a sexy bokeh. Come on.
You
I
got
actually did
Bad
pop
cigars?
a bunch of vitamin D.
All you need is
those
all you need is a
cigars were
good
good.
dose of D, Rini. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that fixes everything.
Get a little vitamin. Kelsey, you got to kiss him? I didn't get to kiss him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there he
well,
is,
yeah.
Chad. No, that's what I'm saying. Everybody else did because I didn't get a cold, and these guys are all getting colds. So something must be up.
Yeah, what do you do to eat dirt every
Sharing
morning?
toothbrushes. What are y'all doing?
Eating dirt
Yeah.
is important.
Yeah, as a child, you have to eat dirt. Rini was washing her hands too much. She washed before every meal, and I'm like, you're gonna
Wait, I
Yeah,
feel like-
yeah.
Why did
Pretty
she?
clean.
Oh yeah, that was. I do remember that actually. It was before the meal. She was like handing me Purell and shit. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a neat freak. That's why I didn't eat enough dirt.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
somehow
I
remember
need
that.
I must have shook like 100, 200 hands, and
Yeah.
still no sickness.
I
You
really
just-
I
you're
got
lucky-
nothing.
You
I
didn't
was
eat-
coming up, hugging
Yeah.
you guys, shaking your hands, and then I hear Ethan. You know, he got sick. I think it was a sympathetic kind of sickness,
Yes.
Confred. But he's like, "Man, you go to a convention and people are like shaking your hand and hugging you. Ew!" And I'm like, "Ooh,
Otaku
I was
flu.
one of those people. I'm sorry."
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm like
Concrete is
really
just
aware.
poor
yeah.
immune system.
Yeah,
need-
Kelsey, I agree
Need to
with
eat
that.
more.
Yeah,
Well,
Eat
I
more
always
dirt.
get Concrete.
Ethan kills people by shaking their hands.
He
so-
does.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I'm never
He does
shaking his
he
hand.
does the first CG convention, shakes everyone's hand, then half his CG
Yeah,
dies within
I
a
might
The
year.
have-
Jim Jones
I
convention.
might have shaken his hand actually.
Only old
Oh
celebrities.
shit! You're carrying
Only
it.
old celebrities.
It's nice
Right?
knowing you, Vaughn.
Marked
Yeah.
for death. Yeah, only old celebrities. If you're already on your way out, he can lay claim to that on the back end.
That's true.
In the back end, yeah.
See, people, that's even more of a reason to back these guys' projects because when Ethan
could-
kills them
They could
all,
die at any moment.
yeah, then you
God.
you have a valuable treasure
Scarcity.
on your hands.
Yeah, get it while the getting's good.
Yeah, it's like
Once
a
we die from
valuable
the
piece
Ethan
of art.
handshake. Yeah. Chad, how are you doing? We haven't said hi to you yet.
I
Oh,
know.
that's fine. It's great seeing everybody again. I enjoyed being with all of you.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
so nice meeting you.
Thank
It
you.
was a great experience. It was so fun to
Likewise.
meet everyone.
Yeah, man.
I got to ride in a Rainy mobile at one point.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
And didn't
Yeah.
end up in a car crash. Like, yeah, you all right?
It was perfectly fine.
You didn't run out of gas?
No, but it felt like I was in a cockpit. The way it was set up for car, I really felt.
tiny.
I just remember being at that one place, and then I can't remember. It was before the dinner, and I guess I was like, "We're going to go to dinner," and he goes, "Well, I didn't get the invite to the. I guess I'm going to go to the bar and just sit by myself and fucking I don't know." And then I get to the dinner, I'm just like, "Oh man, why didn't we get Chad to come?" And then I get there, and fucking Chad's standing right there before I even get there. Chad's there.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that,
that was
to
cool.
a lot of. I did that to a lot of people. I'm like, I didn't get the invite. Like,
Right.
made everybody uncomfortable.
Still got there. A lot of people got there.
I missed it.
Well,
you
Yeah,
should have been hanging out with Chad. He
I
found
should have been. Yeah, Chad would have gotten me in.
Me and the Diaz brothers. you
Heck
know,
yeah.
Oh, were
Yeah,
they
that-
not invited either?
I was not really actually not invited.
I'm pretty sure the Diaz brothers were. I mean, I'm trying to remember.
But the Diaz brothers kidnapped me. They were like,
I don't know that it was like a invited thing. You know, it was just like
It was
Cecil
more
was
like
trying to
those
put it
22
together.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to put
Enough.
it together in the back room, and it was just
Yeah.
like, you know,
It's kind of impossible.
those
You're gonna miss
those people
someone
at the
no matter
restaurant
what.
though were probably really happy we all came and spent the money we did. So
Everyone better
too.
have tipped well. I'm just
Oh, I
saying.
did.
Yep.
They hopped too, man. Too. They didn't hesitate to switch it all up. No griping, no like whining
Yep.
or waiting. They did it
Awesome.
immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No
The-
problem.
And they did that at every restaurant we went to. You remember that other
Hmm.
place we went to, the like sandwich place or whatever it was?
No,
Or
it's
Butters
Butters
Burgers.
Burgers. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
same
was the
thing.
best.
That one dude, that maitre d guy, man, he was sweating and falling all over himself to get all those tables together.
Right.
Well, he's
Yeah, I
like,
was like-
this is a few extra $100 right here. Shift the tables
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Well,
Very nice
Um,
people in Tampa. I was very impressed.
yep. The bartender there was really awesome because we were while they were rearranging the tables. I went, well, the heck with this. I had a drink in my hand, but I'm like, I'm gonna go get another. So I'm just not waiting on another drink from the waiters. And the bartender's like, no, sir, it's on me. It's on me. He
Oh,
gave me a
nice.
free
Dang.
drink. Yeah.
Wow.
Can't beat that.
Yep.
You're like, I'll have the $200 25 whiskey, please,
Yeah.
on the house.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you got? What else you got?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good time.
man.
I'll take a whole bottle of absinthe, please.
Oh God.
Yeah. So what's the next one? Like, yeah. What is? There's Anime Matsuri, but I don't think too many.
Yeah,
people
I'm not.
There's
I
a
will
lot
be
of
there.
talk. There's a lot of like discussion about
I wish.
where.
I really hope
when.
that next year Tampa isn't the same weekend as Terrificon, because that was a toss up, man. That was a tough one.
I hear a lot of people are
What is
talking
terrific?
about.
Terrificon, Mohegan Sun, and it's like at a casino. The hotel and the convention center are at the same place as a casino and a bunch of
Oh,
restaurants.
we'll get Bancroft here with that kind of news. He
Yeah.
loves that.
It was Claremont was the guest of honor this year. But,
Oh, nice.
Damn.
yeah. Alan Davis, your boy Kelsey.
Oh, I love Alan Davis. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Joe Ball was there. That's another like
Oh,
awesome guy to meet.
that
and
guy.
hang out
Yeah,
I
with.
missed
hell
Joe
yeah.
Ball,
I
I
like
think.
Joe
Or no, I
Yeah.
did meet Joe Ball.
I did.
Pretty
Yeah,
snappy
moment.
dresser, that guy. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
meet him at
He was
all,
like
but I
sharp.
saw him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was
yeah.
elusive. He was elusive, but he was there. He was a
It
rare
was hard
find.
to like. There were times we're all hanging out and like you're talking to everyone constantly and you're like, shoot, I don't even know who I got to talk to, who I didn't. It's like everyone saying hi. I talked to one nice lady who I kind of forget who she was, but she was like, she was just super red pilled and she was talking to me about politics and I was like, yeah, I agree. I was like, dude, this is fun to like just preach to the choir for like an hour straight. I can't really do that in Washington.
I'm very
State.
thankful no one spoke any politics to me at all. My reputation must precede me. Thank you, everyone, for not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
politics gets tiresome sometimes.
I just talked
Yeah.
story and comics and movies
Yeah.
with Kelsey, and that was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah.
But Joe Ball, he's like, I wish Bancroft would have got drunk. I wanted to see some drunk Aussie action. Bancroft was too composed. I'm like,
Right.
Oh, he was
too
drunk.
composed.
He just didn't know it.
Yeah, he got the poker face. He
He
got to
told
play
us to.
poker. Yeah, on the last night he played a little poker, and he said he bought in for $500. This is like such a true spoken like a true poker player. So he buys in for $500, and he was down like $550 or something.
I thought he said $50.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No,
he was
no.
down-
He was
no. He
yeah,
was down
he was all.
$550. And then he won the last hand, and he won a $500 pot. So then he was just
Whoa.
and then he
Yeah.
cashed. out.
Okay, that's a whole different story. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
He
that's
won,
not
he
what
won
I
an
heard.
all in. He won an
Yeah.
all in, and he tricked the guy. The guy was pissed, and he said, "I got that tingle." He wanted the tingle. He may have lost $50, but he walked away with one tingle of
Yeah.
screwing over some guy
Aw.
Yeah,
who read him wrong.
I was like spoken like a true addict.
See,
And
that's
it's-
how humble that guy is, because I think Chad and I were sitting together when he came by, and it was
Yep.
like, yeah, I won $50, or I only lost $50. That's it.
Only, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
all we got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made it sound like he only bet 50 and that's it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was down 550 and then cleaned someone out for 500 in one swoop, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
I think I was telling him too. I feel like poker mastery, it does somehow apply to comics, but maybe it's like an
Yes.
indirect way.
I
How
think
does
it
it?
could apply to life, you know?
Yeah. Like, and
Hmm.
just the way Bogans composes
Especially when you
himself.
win.
Well,
Yeah.
Ethan's a poker master then, you know.
Yeah.
Ethan?
He likes
Yeah.
blackjack. That's his game.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the one where you go to 21, right?
Yes.
Yeah, blackjack.
Yeah.
So Narwhal, I will be at Anime Matsuri.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Chad's gonna be there. Yeah, because Chad,
Yeah.
you're in the area. Yeah.
Yeah, I live there.
Where is that held?
Houston.
Downtown Houston.
Noel's got a hankering for conventions now. This was your first one, right? Now you're like, I need more. I'm Jones in front of the con.
I've been going to a ton. Man. I go to so many.
Yeah, if it's all I could do,
Matsuri?
I would.
Wait, you never been to a show before?
Yeah, tell about your first experience. Tell us how you felt having your first proper.
Wait, who, me?
Yeah,
Or
you. You
Vaughn?
said this is
Your con cherry
you.
bro. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of said this before, but it's what Kelsey.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. What?
I've gotten that a lot. Don't worry.
It was what Kelsey and Rini was talking about it too, where it used to be cons, you'd go and you stay in the hotel, and at night everyone goes and gets drinks and partying. I'm like, man, I never experienced that. I'm like, I want
This was pretty much it, pal.
There you go.
Yeah, so
welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah. Rini was saying too, like there was something that happened around 2012 where people started self-censoring, and then you couldn't even party anymore. Everyone was like scared to be around each other. They couldn't have fun, even though it still hadn't hit the fan as far as like actual like separation and like culture war. But it was
I saw some of the beginnings of this when last San Diego I went, and it was maybe 2013 or 14. It was like right after like 9/11 or something like that. I can't, or maybe before. I don't even remember, but it was a while ago, but not that long ago. And one of the guys I knew, we were sitting across from one of those freaking writers. I can't remember from Marvel, and he was just stewing. He's like, this fucking guy. And I was like, why? What's up? And he's like, he's so full of shit. It was just a bunch of snarky kind of catty talk, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. I just blew it off as usual, not really understanding. But then a lot of those same people were involved in a lot of the cancellations that we dealt with. So this was like brewing for a long time, and that was their own people. That wasn't anybody like. But then like years and years and years before that, I mean, long time ago, maybe during like Bush Senior times. I was at some con and walking around with Dave Johnson, and I think he's had a hard on for Ethan for years because walking around with Dave, and he's like, "Oh, watch out for that guy." And I look over, I was like, "Who's that guy?" And he's like, "That's Ethan Van Sciver." I was like, "The Cyberfrog guy?" And I was like, "What? He's bad news?" He's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "All right, watch out."
Yeah, this was back when before he worked at DC.
Well, no, I had already known he was a Cyberfrog guy, but I think he was just kind of starting his run over after. Well, no, it was probably after Impulse, maybe when he was starting his like more serious stuff. So I don't know. I don't honestly remember, but I do remember the situation. But pretty funny.
Hey, Eric.
Eric, what's up? Eric in the chat.
Eric.
140 people here watching. That means we got some extra people just getting in fresh. Check it out.
Hell yeah.
Closing down Earthbound Grand Prix on Fun by Comic. We're gonna see how I can get. We're gonna see if we can get to 300 backers. Maybe this is already exceeding my expectations. We're already doing really good for last night.
Oh my god! If you hit refresh, it's kind of.
Yeah.
Is it
let's
jump?
see.
Is it
Oh,
jump?
let's see.
Let's see
Jerry's
where we're at.
kids. Roll
Yeah,
that.
it is like Jerry's kids.
Jerry's kids.
Oh my god!
Boom!
Yeah.
Oh.
Only 7 backers from 300. Oh, getting.
All right, now I'm gonna have to switch over to backers because I'm getting a little.
If you hit, if you hit 300, we're drinking. How about that? First one, either 300 or another, or you get to 15,500.
Yeah,
and next on Jerry's kids, Jake's gonna play the banjo with his feet.
The gout foot. I'm playing that with the swelling gout foot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just saying I haven't done shots. I'm telling you.
She's already fallen over.
Yeah.
She's already a mess.
Abra's done 3 shots, and she's 100 pounds. So if we get to 300, she's going to the
doing
hospital.
fine. Don't get her too drunk.
Yeah. Let's not make too much money.
Heaven forbid.
Let's not get her too sloppy.
Let's kill Abra with alcohol poisoning, everyone.
All
Come
right.
on, we can do it.
Hospital bills.
All right, let's do it.
Get that
Angela,
pump.
Angela,
Yeah.
just for the
Oh,
record,
sorry.
Tomorrow there'll be an Indiegogo for a couple of weeks too, kind of the second chance for people who missed it, and then it's gone forever though.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. This is it, the last chance. Everyone buy it now. That's it, forever.
Last chance.
It's true.
Last dance for love. Sorry.
Who's
Nice. Chad singing like a champ.
Was that Chad?
I like
Yep.
That sounded like Frege for a second. That was confusing.
Silver tongue voice.
I've been in a lot of musicals, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, this guy. Was this California? Because you're one of those guys that has like 100 different jobs. Like you've had voice acting, you've like had offices next to the Harmony Gold guy. You know, you got
All
like
from Texas, buddy. All
oh, is this Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, man.
You know, Houston has more theaters in one city than any other city in the country other than Broadway. There's about 75 theaters. So
you're a theater nerd? That's cool.
My wife and my daughter are heavily involved in theater, and I've my wife has built props and run lights and all kinds of stuff for a lot of local theater, and I've been in a couple musicals here. And let's see, when I was a kid, I was in an Italian opera and sang in Italian and traveled the country for about a year.
What the hell?
I didn't even understand Italian.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Still sang it.
Secret double life of Chad Townsend.
Yeah, he's got mileage.
So
can
yeah,
you do any impressions or accents?
No, but I can hit really low notes.
Ooh,
nice.
Very White.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got some Barry White in you.
Well, I played Lurch in the Addams Family.
Oh, nice. But don't they say if you go too low, then we all shit our pants? So don't do that.
No, you should do that. Let's make the stream. Let's make us exciting. Make us all shit our pants, Chad.
Maybe you can make us shit our pants.
So when I auditioned for Lurch, the director had me. He goes, the music director was going, I want you to sing this whole thing, and the director goes, no. I just want to hear him sing one note, and that's it. So I sang the one note, love, like really low.
Sweet.
And I held it for like a really long time. And then the director goes, all right, you got the part.
Cool. That's awesome.
The reason being was I was the only dude that could hold that note.
Who's this guy? I think he is Dylan Mulvaney. I think he's talking to you, Chad, being in the theater.
Dylan Mulvaney.
That's funny. Thanks for $2.
My daughter won best. She was nominated for Best Actress in the Tommy Tunes, which is a huge musical award for high schools, and didn't make it to New York, but got really close. So,
wow.
Yep.
Regular showbiz fam there.
Yes.
You guys should do like a Von Trapp thing, you know, like next convention, come and sing for us.
Without the Nazis.
Well, yes.
My daughter's been in musical theater since she was 6 years old, so she's 18 now.
Fully indoctrinated.
Oh yeah.
That could be kind of like poker, like whatever skills acquired in musical theater help in life.
Yep.
And comics. They help with live streaming a little bit, I'm sure.
Yep.
Hit the brown note whenever you want the chat to take a shit.
I don't feel like I've got the greatest speaking voice, but when I sing, it's different.
Should just sing everything.
Yeah.
I should.
Hello, my name is Chad Townsend.
Everyone runs away from you. God, this guy again.
My favorite parts to play are the ones with the fewest scenes and the littlest dialogue, because that character is always the one that runs away with the show and gets the most applause at the end. That's a
coincidence, because I mean my favorite jobs are the ones where I do the very littlest but get paid the most.
Yeah.
Funny how that
works.
It
does apply to real life.
Eric Weathers says Comicsgate the musical.
Yeah, I mean, there's you as a performing arts guy. Phil was performing arts. I did plays in school too. We've at least got like a trio that can sing.
There we go. We need to form like a band when we go to conventions. Just
a barbershop quartet
or something.
I'll play the cowbell.
There you go. More
There we
cowbell.
Well, we
It is
got
complete.
Frege. Frege can come in for the rap segment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about, I got inspired a little bit. I was telling Abra from meeting everyone and just like, it was so fun. And I was like, I want to do shirts because shirts they're in the air. They're so fun. People buying shirts. Abra wore one of my shirts of Earthbound. And I got mine on right here, the Earthbound shirt. And I'm like, I want to do a shirt that says, "You forgot to read my super chat." And
oh, good one.
And yeah, that'd be
awesome.
that'd be kind of a fun shirt. So I want to do that. I want to do an Earthbound shirt. And I was like, what else? Merch. I know Jake likes merch. So I'm like, what can I do? I was like, I want to release the Narwhal EP finally. So I got to actually compose AIDS 2 now. And I think I can try and do maybe just a little mini campaign with like some merch, like AIDS 2 EP. And then I was like, dude, I'm going to make it epic. The epic ballad, like a 10-minute song about AIDS 2. And so I was playing guitar a lot today. I was getting super inspired. So we'll see.
Need to do like something with Cecil or Ethan. They're pretty legendary with their tunes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry. I think I'm gonna head out. I tried.
Just thank you for making it.
Yeah, for sure. Have some hot tea with lemon and honey.
I will. I'm gonna go pop some pills because I just got a really bad headache.
Oh,
hopefully.
Nice. Oh, I haven't gotten headaches yet. That's concerning.
Take some ivermectin.
It's everything.
Ivermectin, yeah.
Oh, anybody want to send some to me? That would be great.
Yeah.
It might be the coof.
I know someone with some
I think
mushrooms.
it might be the coof, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, yes. Anybody send me some secret
Don't
drugs.
speak it into existence, but
in Minecraft. In Minecraft.
The best doctors are in Georgia, the online doctors. So they'll send you anything within 24 hours.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out soon too. I haven't I'm not feeling it. But I want to stop by Narwhal, the link, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to be entertaining.
Both you guys, I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
It was so great to meet you.
I just don't feel like talking, but I'm sorry.
Losers.
We love you.
Yeah, we're not cool enough. She's got to return to her crypt.
Good luck on the closeout. 300
good luck on the closeout. Yeah, let's get to 300, guys.
Yeah, so close.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah, somebody clip that for Malin. Because he's gonna question why are they both sick and then dipping out.
Yeah, at the same time.
Can I have one that says "Read my effing super chat"?
That's a good one too. That's on the back or something.
It's a variation.
Yeah. Nice. What we got? All right, we're still sitting. We're waiting for 7 backers. See,
come on, 7 backers.
I know we can get there.
Yeah.
How's your book doing, Chad? Where are you at?
I am $26 away from $9,000.
Oh, far.
Nice. I am looking forward to that. That's
thank you.
Cool looking character.
It's really surprising. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, I guess. I don't know. But I wasn't expecting to hear so many people tell me how much they like my character designs.
That is a good design.
Yeah.
Well, don't you do that for a living? I mean,
yes, but when you're working for a corporation, I'm not hearing what the fans are saying.
That's true.
Really,
yeah.
Like the only person praising me is the guy giving me critiques all the time. Whoever the director is.
Oh, you're like the meme. You're like the Ken. Ken only gets complimented when he enters the real world.
Right. So I feel like I've entered the real world with Comicsgate.
I'll have to ask you what time it is.
Yeah. Someone asked me what time it is.
So thank you.
Is that a Barbie reference?
Yeah.
I'm not ready to
You guys have all seen it?
I have. Yeah. I will talk about it. I just love talking about it, but not actually watching it. I just want to talk about it forever.
That's the way
I've never
to do
seen
it.
Yeah.
Well. I'm seeing Turtles this Friday.
Oh, did you? Well, I don't want to spoil it for you in case.
Go right ahead.
Do it.
Splinter's
Really?
supposed to be gay now.
I hear that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Jackie Chan. There's no way he would play a gay character. There's no way.
I mean, that's
Maybe they did it with AI after he recorded his.
Yeah.
They have AI Jackie Chan be like,
You mean gay eye?
Gay
that
eye,
would,
yeah.
that would have to only be in the American version because
I'm sure they would edit it out of the Chinese version.
I can see Narwhal doing an AI movie someday, like
Oh,
with
God.
his art.
yeah, I'm not too scared, or like, I don't hate AI, but
No.
I'm still nervous like everyone else. But I'm like, if it gets really good, I'm going to utilize it.
Well, I'm not nervous about its art. I'm more nervous about robot skeletons chasing me down, trying to kill me.
Yeah, killing everyone. That's what I would be nervous.
That's
about.
coming later, but you know.
At that point, I'd be like, just take me. I don't want to be around here anymore. Just fucking, just.
I'm kind of with you. Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
I don't know. I kind of think fighting would be a lot of fun.
I would just do a crap ton of drugs and go out that way. I don't want to get ripped apart by some machine. And
you'd be one of the ones who they find you in the bed with your husband, like committed suicide together.
I'm more of a Slim Pickens type. I'd ride the bomb down.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Great movie, by the way. I got to go back and watch that.
I wonder if AI is like gonna be, part of me is like, it's retarded and it'll always be dumb. Like, it can't draw hands. I'm not scared of it. But then I'm like, shit, maybe
it's always learning.
No, it's the new version can do hands now.
No.
Yeah, so it's learning faster than we would have ever predicted.
Yep.
You can draw hands now, sir.
Well, do porn.
I've been working. The first time I worked for Disney was in 2010, and I'd learned on their the Walt Disney website inside the programmers were already working on AI as far back as then. So it's nothing new. It's just now all of a sudden everybody's realizing, oh shit, it's a real thing now,
Yeah, they used to do chess tournaments in the 80s where you'd program your AI and then they would program their AI and you see whose AI can beat the other at chess, like computer versus computer. And they all stay in a hotel and they all bring their little computer to the main hall, and it's like an interesting subculture.
That's true. Didn't that computer beat that dude in chess like in the 70s, right? Like it wasn't,
or like 90s, I think, when it finally happened. When
it was? I thought it was much earlier.
Deep Blue beat what's his face, the Russian.
Well, I mean, didn't they base? I mean, in the 80s they based war games off of that, so it had to have been earlier than that.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. There was that kind of thing was happening as early as the 80s. They were trying to beat humans or whatever, but. I think it first happened in like 1996 or something. But maybe I'm wrong. Chad, if you know, when did Deep Blue beat Gary Kasparov at chess?
I don't know.
1996.
Oh, the chat will know.
Headrock says Deep Blue was in the 90s, so you're right on that one.
Yeah.
Well, what did they base? Why did they make war games? Was that just anticipating that? Was that what that was all about?
Yeah,
anticipating Skynet.
That actually, speaking of that, this is a funny thing about AI too, is that the way AI is shaping up, it's like it's nothing nobody really predicted it exactly like in movies. It's something kind of weird and different, and in some ways it's kind of stupid a little bit. It's like, like it can draw really good, I guess, and rip off artists and stuff. It can like fake like footage and whatever, but like that, like it makes you nostalgic for old AI, which old AI is like evil ship computer which takes over the ship and kills everyone with like opening and closing doors to like cut off their head and stuff. I'm like,
oh my god,
that's the kind of AI that I like. I'm like,
I find it no coincidence that we're taught all this AI scare happens, and then like later in the year, now we're seeing aliens everywhere. There's aliens really being released. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Oh, we got Phil in the chat.
Phil, what's up? Sark, what's up?
Phil.
I made it to 9K, by the way, just now. So
all right.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Yes.
Dual stream. Forget about Earthbound. This is now about.
I just wanted to say thanks.
Bring it up.
We're posting links in the chat for everyone's book, so everyone check it out. Yeah, and I'll pull it up in a second here. Beeman says someone apparently got kicked out of Arts Alley at San Diego for selling AI comic. Jesus. I think I heard about that. I think it wasn't an AI comic. AI comic, well, I feel like that's a little more acceptable. It was pinup art. That's a lot more weird, and like you're just like a grifter almost.
All right, I will say this about that. I looked So I looked at the AI art by that woman, and then looked at some of her sketches, and I would almost say it's like the AI was a better hybrid of exactly what she was drawing on her original art. So
What do you
So,
mean?
so in her case, it wasn't quite a terrible grift because she
no,
actually could
it
draw a
wasn't
little.
like too far off from her stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was just better. It was like more clean and polished looking version of her stuff.
yeah. So she's like using an AI to like take my
Yes.
stuff and make it slightly better,
Yep.
and it's like okay.
Yes, she typed in "make my art better."
I love
Yeah, that was the
program.
prompt.
I love
Yeah,
that
that was the
program.
I mean, think about how useful that'll be for blind artists. You know, if someone were to use.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
What if she was blind? Then she'd be like, "Screw you, San Diego. I was trying to live my dream of being a comic artist as a blind person.
Yeah.
AI made it possible, and you kicked me out. How
I would
dare
like
you."
AI to show me what a blind person imagines when they're seeing
Ooh.
stuff in their mind.
Or how about what a
Touche.
dog sees? You know, I think there's a lot of speculation about that, but I don't know if we're right about that.
Or like what a dog dreams when they're like, "Hoof."
Oh yeah.
I want to know what I dream.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, today, this is kind of crazy. I wonder if I can relate this story correctly so you guys feel how crazy it was. But I was just working, and there's a ton of deer around here, but whatever. So I heard, and I look in my window. This deer goes sailing. It doesn't touch the ground. It's like flying like a torpedo over my deck. Kitty corner goes maybe it's bounding, might have been like literally like 50 feet at least. And then because it was kind of a jump because it jumped my deck. So it's just like sailing, and then it like is out of sight. And then two dogs are chasing it. They both have leashes like dragged behind them. So they saw the deer, jerked away the owner, and then chased the deer. I think the deer immediately got to the forest, so the dogs kind of gave up. And I hear this lady running after like Samson.
Oh my god.
It took her dogs. Is that what you're saying?
I'm like, he's over here. And then so he ran over and pissed on my neighbor's flowers and then went back.
Well, you need to install a security camera so they can catch this stuff.
Yeah. It would be cool.
Yeah, you got some really interesting wildlife going on with the
there's like raccoons and
the
deers.
raccoon that like grabbed that baby. You don't know if that was his baby or her baby.
Just
It's like
I'll take it, yeah, baby.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
In the Washington outback.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It is. There's a bunch of possums around, and they're kind of cool too, but they're a little bit harder to see or whatever. But I'm like, I would take a possum as a little buddy.
You end up getting like rabies. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I got a new friend. I can take the rabies.
Yeah.
They don't. Possums can't get rabies.
That's right. They're kind of like immune to it.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, possums are cool.
Sorry to ruin it for you, Hyper.
They get
like, damn it! I really wanted him to get rabies.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got to take my dog out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Man.
Maybe we'll be at 300 when I come back.
And then there were 3.
Da, da, da.
We were talking about fighting mountain lions earlier. 149 people watching. Everyone, we're 7 backers from 300. It's been sitting there for a little bit now. I think it still hasn't gone up. So everyone, consider backing. It's the last night for my comic. We're gonna try and get to 300. We'll see if we can get there. But it's already exceeded all my expectations. It's gone up. I don't know where it was before. It's gone up almost $1,000, I think, tonight. So it's great.
Amazing. Yeah, if we hit 300, we drink, and then when we hit 15,500, we also drink. So
yeah, and kind of we'll keep going too, if we're still getting sales and hanging out, but might end the stream at some point if it dies off.
Did you have a face? You told me while we were in Tampa about like going hiking in the mountains. Did you ever face off with any like large animals whilst you've been hiking or not?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think, but it's only fantasies. Just everyone fantasizes about it. Everyone talks about it. Everyone has their plan.
Yeah.
And I told people my plan would be like, I'd actually want to be downhill. So it comes uphill and I do a backward somersault and kick it off the mountain, and it would just get like its physics would carry it forward, and it'd go flying.
You were doing the mountain climbing version of when you were coming to the smoking bar and you're imagining getting jumped by a gang in the alleyway.
Yeah, see, that's like, I don't know, 60% of my daydreaming is just fighting things in the area.
Yeah.
And being ready for it. Usually too, my other thing is to grab a good sturdy stick that comes in handy in many different ways. And one of the ways that it is best if you get a big sturdy one is like in Braveheart, where you like prop it against the ground and they run directly into it. I'm like, I want to do it.
Yeah, you stab him.
You can fling him over you or whatever. Like, whoa, I do that to a cougar or something. But
yeah, there's none of that over here.
You want to do an Indian flip, like in the old westerns?
Yeah, exactly. I think
where you get your foot up under them and grab their arms and you chuck them over your head.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the move. That's how you survive that shit. Yeah.
Actually,
the woods in the Northwest are like, there's nothing that will kill you at all. Like, there's no poisonous snakes. There's poisonous spiders just barely, though. I like never see them. But maybe if you dig around in a wood pile, you're asking for trouble. But it's like there's almost nothing. And then there is cougars and black bears, but the black bears are like, they're pretty like, don't even count. Like, except once my neighbors, they had a black bear eating their garbage. So they called like the animal control and they put a trap for the black bear, and it was a cherry pie was the bait, which is like classic, like so cartoony.
Full on Yogi Bear style. You got a picnic basket out from a rope.
And he calls me up and he's like, you want to see a black bear like close up? Because he went for the cherry pie and they caught him. They haven't picked up the trailer yet. Because the trailer is the trap. Like, it's just this giant trailer. He walks into it, eats the thing, and that like triggers and it closes. So then he's behind this like gated kind of thing. And so I drive up there straight away to see this black bear. And I'm starting to walk up the trailer, and the trailer is like this laser beam of like pheromones that if it's pointing towards you, you can smell it from like 200 yards away. Literally, you smell like this like super, like, it's not even like, it doesn't smell like garbage. It's not like, but it smells like bear BO or whatever, bear pheromones, like super strong smell. And I'd never smelled that before. That was intimidating. And a part of it's because it's like coming right at you because you're just approaching the trailer. And then the trailer's dark, even in the sun, because it's back there, it's dark, and the bear is black. So all you can see is like the glint of like light off its drool, because it was drooling constantly. And it was like its jowls were hanging down really deep. So its drool was like slobbering around. And it wasn't huge because it's a black bear, but it's like still, the size of a Great Dane, which that's like kind of huge. Maybe it's a little bit smaller than that. But it's like lumbering around and like grunting, and it grunted a little bit louder at one point. It goes, and I like felt it in my bones, and I'm like, dude, that's just a black bear. Like, that fucking is scary as shit. That's a wild animal. But yeah, and I've only seen for cougars, it's on my dad's trail cam. They're like running around. The cougars are like, they're also not really dangerous at all. They're like doing their own thing, kind of. You almost never see them ever, pretty much. Like, if you see them, they would have to be like injured and dying already. Then you could see one. But
I don't think I ever want to encounter a bear ever.
Yeah.
I heard
move over here. We got nothing. I think the most deadly thing we have is like a badger or something. Right?
I heard this story on TV one time. There was this guy who got attacked by a bear and lived, and he was saying, he remembered this story that his mom told him about getting attacked by a dog, to just ram your finger down the dog's throat and it'll set off its gag reflex and it will back off. Well, he did it when he was attacked by the bear. 3 times he rammed his arm down this bear's throat and squeezed its uvula or whatever in its neck. And the bear gave up after the 3rd time.
Whoa. It worked. I thought you were going to say, and his arm got ripped off. And I was like,
No.
how did he have 3 arms?
He threw it right in there and just started grabbing whatever he could. And it made the bear gag. And he did it 3 attacks. And then he gave up. The bear was like, that's enough.
Nice. Abra's back. We're tag teaming. I got a pee, so I'll be back now.
Okay.
Abra,
what did I miss?
You missed Chad telling about someone shoving his arm down a bear's mouth.
Yeah.
To grab what it could.
On purpose?
Yeah, to make it hit its gag reflex. This guy got attacked by a bear. And he said when he was attacked, he was reminded of this story his mom told him as a kid. Stick your finger down a dog's throat if you're being attacked by a dog, and it will gag reflex the dog. So in that instance, he's getting attacked, and the first thing he thought of was to ram his arm down the bear's throat because of what his mom told him. And the bear attacked him 3 times and then gave up. Like,
jeez.
Yep.
So each time he fought off the bear using the gag reflex.
Yep.
Dang. Well, I mean, live to tell the tale. So
I do that with women.
Oh God.
Do I need to turn my camera off?
Yeah, probably.
No, that's it. End of story. End of story. That's it. Move on. We're talking about beds again.
This is gonna get clipped.
It's like sharks. Don't they say like go for their gills or their eyes or something
Their
like
nose.
that?
Kick them in the nose or something.
Like, but how do you really bop in water or something really hard? You know, like.
I don't know. I just think it's like that scenario of adrenaline and, you know, the mom lifting the car off the baby. Like maybe you're just like, oh, fuck you, shark. And you just persevere. I don't
turn into underwater Jackie Chan with enough
yeah,
adrenaline.
it's like
spin kick underwater or a shark's nose. Super slow.
Yeah, the super slow karate chop. Fuck you, shark.
What are y'all talking about? Oh, God.
A karate chop and a shark.
Yeah, we don't want to repeat it all. We just
Is that new like that new Meg movie where what's his name?
Oh God, that looks so horrible.
Oh, I love it. Come on, that's like the best schlock you can get.
Yeah.
Maybe samurai sword fighting a giant shark. I mean, that's great.
I watched the first one last
week. Yeah, I
did
too.
On HBO Max.
Do you guys hear? They say there's a new The Room, and it's from the guy who did Riverdance in the '90s. You guys ever watch Riverdance?
Yep.
Yeah,
What
Michael
the
Flattery.
hell? Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's like that guy, and he's like a billionaire because Riverdance is a thing. So he decided he wanted to be a James Bond-esque movie star, and so he completely self-funded, starred in, wrote, directed himself, and he wrote himself to be like this legend who like can seduce women with one look, but he's a terrible actor and stuff.
Really?
And, Smolder.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen some reviews that say it's so bad it's good. Some say it's like so bad that you just can't even stand it.
See what Red Letter Media says about it.
Is it called?
Yeah.
Is it called
It
Roomier?
Roomier? What?
Roomier. It's sequel. It's Roomier. It's
Oh,
not
no,
Roomier,
no,
but it's
no.
Roomier.
I forget what it's called. I wish I could remember.
Rooms to go. No,
I know The Room. I watched that and I was like, I did not like that. But I think I could watch it again now because I think
it's a bad movie, Narwhal. I don't. Yeah.
But I wonder it might have grown on me if I watched.
But
it
you're
again, 'cause-
supposed to like it in an ironic way, right?
You got to watch it, Narwhal. You got to watch it with friends. I mean, it's one of those movies like if you ever watch what's the classic midnight movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
You just sit and watch that by yourself in a room. You just be like, I don't know, it's kind of lame. But if you watch it in an entire theater full of people dressed in costumes, throwing toilet paper and shit at it, going fuck that chin, you know, and shit like that. I mean, it's like going to a concert. It's great. You gotta have people with you.
I do want to. I like that kind of stuff. Moromi says worse than Neil Breen. Neil Breen's another one. Red Letter Media talks about him. He's legendary.
Yeah, again, you watch it with friends. It's you're all laughing at the same stuff, and you're seeing things.
Yeah,
better.
You have to see it almost a second time so you know it's coming, so you can laugh. Like The Room, because I didn't know, and then so you hear it for the first time, and he's like, "I did not hit her. I did not." And I didn't really have a chance to laugh because I didn't know. I was just taking it in. But
Gopher says Troll 2. Yeah, that's supposed to be infamous.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
GC says Blackbird. That's the one the new one is called Blackbird. So I'm curious. I do want to kind of watch it. I'm curious.
No, I generally don't watch those movies unless you're in like a group of friends or you're like at a party and you're like, you don't watch that. It's at the end of the party and everyone's like, all right, let's check it out.
Watching them alone would be weird. What about watching them alone while drunk and crying?
Oh,
No,
Sounds
that's
like a party.
yeah, that's sounds
you
perfect.
gotta watch
watching the worst movie
Zardoz.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
it's like
Friday.
Valentine's Day, and you got nothing. You got no one.
Aw,
Zardoz
that's
is
just-
really bad.
Zardoz
Watch the
is
Room.
so bad, it's good though. I like that one.
Yeah, I think that one could actually be good, other than how crazy it is. I don't even know, like, or maybe it is bad.
You
but
not
I
seen
haven't
that, Narwhal?
No, I just know it's the outfit, right?
Oh
It's
Dude,
god,
Connery.
it's just
That's like so up your
horrid.
alley, Narwhal.
Yeah.
I like
Cool.
bad movies like Torque. You ever see that?
I have not even heard of Talk.
It's
You
a
gotta-
good title.
Torque
Yeah.
is like it's a parody kind of, but not of Fast and the Furious, but with motorcycles.
I
Yeah.
already want to watch it.
It's got Ice Cube in it. It's so
Oh,
over the
God,
top.
yeah.
They actually do kung fu with motorcycles at one point in it. Yeah, it's nuts.
It's like RRR on bikes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yes.
long
Yeah.
before RRR. It's one of my favorite trash movies, and hardly anybody's ever seen it.
I'm writing it
hilarious.
down. I'm writing down Talk. I gotta
A
watch
lot
it.
of people confuse it with Biker Boys with Lawrence Fishburne. That's boring. It's just garbage. No, Torque is the shit.
Yeah, no, cool. I gotta write some of this down.
It's like a Mad Max thing too. Like
No, it's it's hard to describe. It's just like cool guy comes back into town, and he's got he's got the guys that he's trying to hide from, and the good guys and the FBI are in on it, and all this stuff. And it's who gives a shit what's happening? And it's just how they execute it that's so hilarious. It really doesn't. You don't need to know anything. It's not even. Don't even worry about the story. Just watch.
Narwhal's
let
gonna be doing
it
the
soak you in. It'll take you away.
Narwhal's gonna be doing the graphic novel adaptation in 6 months now.
Of what? Of Torque?
Of Talk. Yeah, you're gonna watch it and love it, and you're gonna be like, I need to make this.
Well, see, it's good, and it's like not one of those bad movies like those bad movies where those are like really hard to watch. You got to be like really serious about your bad movie, and this is like a good movie, like well made. It's just so stupid and over the top. You can't even believe what you're watching. Sometimes.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm curious about the comic equivalents of both those things. Like
it's like an Image comic book from the 90s. That's yeah.
And I wonder if there's a comic. It would probably just be like it wouldn't even be so bad. It's good. Like if there's a comic of The Room, like it's people would be like, I can't even read it. It's just so boring, so bad. But that would be pretty funny. See that I would want to turn that into a comic.
Hey, TC's got my back. Torque is a great, terrible movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Any Given Sunday is the real biker movie.
Oh god.
That's a football movie.
I remember hating that movie when I saw it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. I'm like, what is this? I was all expecting
and-
like a good feel good like sports movie or something, and it was awful.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was shot in my hometown. Or not my hometown, my hometown at the time, Dallas. And a lot of it was shot there at the stadium. And I was even going to go there and be like an extra at the stadium.
This is another. Yeah, this is another one I got to write down. Freaks. He says Bobcat Goldthwait is in it. He does his own movies. Have you guys seen his movies? He did like World's Greatest Dad, starring Robin Williams. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh my
Kind of
god.
remind me of him actually. I think you would. Would you make similar movies to him?
Maybe to get started because it's low budget.
Quirky slice of life, weird character types.
Need to see Night of the Comet.
Oh, that's classic. Classic.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to start writing some of these.
Yeah, I've got Freaks and Talk so far.
I see Narwhal being kind of a Jim Jarmusch kind of guy, right? Like his movie making.
I like some of his movies, like I guess half maybe, and then some
like
of
Ghost,
I saw
Ghost
one.
Dog.
Yeah, I saw one that like pissed me off though. It was the zombie one. Did you guys?
Oh, that's the newest one. Now watch his old stuff. Like, what's the one? What the hell is it called? Something in cigarettes.
Coffee and cigarettes.
Coffee and cigarettes. There's Ghost Dog is fun. I mean, all of them are flawed, but they're fun.
Yeah,
if you want
Johnny
like
Depp
real
one's
good like indie movies, like good written ones, check out oh man, was it Lone Star? Not the comic, but you know what I mean. Like the what's this guy's name? He used to write for bad movie, like B movie stuff, but he did Secret of Ronan Nish. Who am I thinking of? Chat might know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but Lone Star is like it's one of Matthew McConaughey's like really early movies. Good writing. Never mind.
Never heard of it.
You think Lone Star with Billy Bob Thornton, or is that Sling Blade? I don't know.
That's Sling Blade.
Oh yeah, Sling Blade.
Kelsey, whenever that sound goes off, is that like a rolling machine? I'm thinking like you're drawing stuff, hating it, and then shredding it straight away.
It's my Sibian.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a rolling machine. Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't know you could hear it. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just wondering what it is. I
thought it was a
shredding.
pencil sharpener.
Oh yeah, I got one of those too. Here.
We're still. Oh yeah.
Holy crap!
I'm sorry. What?
That's
wow.
Intense.
It's the Kelsey soundboard.
That's what you do.
He switches on the dryer.
That's their reward. They get the dryer. Yeah, thrown in the dryer.
Oh, Headrock said, "Yeah, Kelsey, we've been able to hear that for years." Okay. Yeah.
He's like, I was so discreet years later. Oh, fuck, they've known all along.
Oh, one of the things I did today is I did a couple, traditional art sketches, but these, I guess, aren't for sale. One of them I can give to you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can
Go and show them off.
You should put them up on the thing.
Yeah, because I've been selling them on the campaign. So.
Hey, you got walls now. It's looking good in there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So here's one.
Ooh.
This is it's all Percival, which is going to be a future comic I want to do.
Nice.
I'm just kind of doing the overlap.
Your traditional stuff's so beautiful.
Why aren't you doing this all the time?
Yes.
Everyone always says that, and I get defensive. I'm like, what? They're both good. I keep doing both. No, but I really want to do a traditional comic. But it's hard. Like I can do a good drawing, but then if you have to do
where is John Malin to be rude? I can't be rude. John Malin needs to be here.
Yeah. Here's like a guy slicing some. That one actually.
Oh, cool! I want that one.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, I inked the legs too much.
I like the other one a lot, though.
These are great, man.
Are you gonna put grays on this one?
There is some grays on it, just so no, or like it is, but no. I don't know if I can zoom in.
Wait, what have you done them on? Just some random cardboard as well, full Kelsey primitive material style, like
a utility bill.
Yeah, it's the backing boards. These are my 20 tablets. I want to do 20 of them. Have these be the cardboard tablets, the narwhals.
That's fantastic, man. Shoot, I want a narwhal draw. I didn't know you knew how to draw. I thought you were using AI and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Headrock says Narwhal is the master of dynamics.
Master of dynamics. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to accept that challenge.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right. Dynamics off.
The gauntlet has been thrown. Yeah.
Dynamics off.
Yeah, never mind. I'm sitting in the room.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Kelsey is so far ahead that we did.
I think I got you both beat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kelsey's got the book on it. I bought your book. Kelsey,
don't make me put my machine on you.
No.
Yeah.
What's the movie where it's called Patton and Patton beats the German tank guy?
It's called Patton.
Yeah.
It's like you mean the Patton movie.
But the German guy has a name too. Rommel. So Patton,
God.
He beats Rommel at tank warfare, and he screams over like the mountains or whatever. He goes, "Rommel, you bastard! I read your book." Something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say to you after I read your book.
Aww.
I love
Kelsey,
that.
you bastard.
A great movie, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, so we got. Yeah, I wonder. I could like try and sell one, but I don't know how to do it. I can't update the campaign, so.
Oh yeah, no. You try and sell one, and it goes into lockdown again. You're like, "Fuck, I can't. No one else can back."
Yeah, we're stalling at at 293 backers.
We could get 7 more backers. Come on now.
Yeah, and 125 in the chat. Anyone hasn't backed thinking about it? Just getting the double issue comic is $16 and $7 shipping, I think. So it's like pretty affordable. So that's
just so you know, Narwhal, you're ahead of me in backers. Wait, oh no, you're not. 293. I'm at 323. Okay, you're right there.
Okay.
I thought we were tied for a second.
So close.
Yeah, you're both ahead of me in backers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Get right.
I need 11. I need 11 more to make 200.
Nice.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 11 people in here. Show his book.
Check out Chad. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up and pull it over.
Who else has got a book?
Hyper Wizard's gonna do one. I know.
Oh
the
yeah,
one with
there's
the
a sign up.
giant Wang guy. The one with
the shape shifting. You know what? Yeah, yeah. If anyone wants to sign up, just go to bluedickaxe.com.
Dear Lord,
you'll find it.
Thanks, Headrock.
I was on a stream with Bancroft. He's like, "What's your website?" bluedickaxe.com. And I'm like, you know what? I'm buying that right now. You can eat your words. So, yeah.
It's another band name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Dick Axe. Yo, what up? We're Blue Dick Axe, and we really suck.
7 days left. Got a whole week.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay. Need to get on some. Who else show? Anybody show? You've been everywhere, I think.
Yeah, all of a sudden, everybody's been very generous and helping me out. So thank you.
Well, you just won't go away. So I figured might as well bring them in. You know.
There's your inner John Malin, Kelsey. There's your inner John.
Wow, I'm like crabs, huh? Is that what you're saying? Crabs in a bucket.
Can't get rid of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not good at this. I'll leave that to Malin. Well,
nice. Yeah, look at these chairs. These look great. Main book bundle, $25.
Yeah, two
put me to sleep.
Two 24-page books with additional material and a standee. So,
was the thing that you gave us in Tampa like a preview ash can thing?
It was just yes. Shh.
Never mind. Shut up. Never mind. Bye. Sorry, never happened.
It's a secret. Yes, I was giving it to my CG brothers and sisters at an ash can to kind of read it and let me know what they think. Plus, and I got some editing work to do on it between now and when I go to print.
I might have stole someone.
Nice.
Good.
I stole novels. You left it in the hotel room.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I think I might have two.
You're welcome.
I don't have two.
You're welcome, Hyper. I thought I gave it to you, but I'm glad.
No, you
got
did.
it.
I have two. I have two now. That's it. Two legendary rare items. Speaking of stealing stuff, Kelsey, at the end of the show, some guy came around very nervously asking for a sketchbook, right?
Yes.
And everyone was ignoring him. And I was like, this guy needs help. And he's like, do you know what? Have you seen a black sketchbook around? I instantly knew what sketchbook it was. And because I knew how expensive it was, I'm like, I'm not putting myself in the lurch here. And I'm like, I'm sure you'll find it.
I love that everybody became my accomplices because, nobody said a word to this guy. I just took off with his sketchbook. It's actually Chuck Dixon's sketchbook.
Yeah, you bastard.
I'm so relieved.
I wrote to Chuck when I got back. I was like, I have your sketchbook, and you can have it back for a small ransom.
Ransoming it.
Nice.
You sending photos. You mail him off like a page at a time, like it's a toe of the book. And
pictures of Kelsey naked with the book, but it's covering his privates.
Yeah.
What did I come back to?
Nothing.
Have you guys seen the Titanic meme where Leonardo DiCaprio shows Rose his book of all his drawings? And then they cut so you can see what he's actually drawing, and it's
all terrible, right?
Yeah, it's like dick drawings or something.
It's like Dennis's boob drawings from Always Sunny.
Yeah. That's a really funny meme because DiCaprio, he's in so many memes, and that could be a test that he's a good actor. Some people say he's a bad actor. I'm like, I think he's a good actor just because he's in so many memes. Like he is the iconic version of waiting with with bated breath as to see what someone thinks of your work while they're looking at your like portfolio or whatever. Daniel says, I just backed, can't wait. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, so now it's 6 backers to get to 300. Do you think we can do it? Do you think
we could do it?
Maybe we
I
can
believe.
we'll just see where we're at. 294. Look at those numbers tick up.
It's at room temperature.
294, 225, 227. So close. At one more backer, it will be 5 more to go.
She's begging to drink. She's like, please.
Enough time has passed that she's ready for a 4th drink.
I don't know. I kind of have a little bit of a.
Yeah, I drank one of these and now I'm like, the seal's broken. I want some of this now. I want to chug it. Yeah. Headrock, he is a good actor, except he always plays it the same. That's possibly true. One thing about DiCaprio is he got to the highest, even though he's maybe not the best, he's like one of the highest up on that tier. And so he does this thing where he gets to pick his own projects, like a movie star does kind of, but he picks it based on good directors. He's like, I'll only work with good directors. I'm like, that oddly enough kind of screwed him, I think, because he's in a fair amount of movies with good directors, but he's in their worst movie.
Yeah.
And
I only work with good directors, and I only date chicks under 20.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, just go
He's
based on the good script, take some chances, work with some up and coming dudes with a good script, and then you'd actually be in some good movies. Rather than he's in like Scorsese's movie right before Scorsese died or whatever, and it's like nobody cares.
What are you talking
What? Yeah, I'm confused.
Did Scorsese die?
No, but he might.
Oh.
It's like, my God.
He's like, I'm running out of
Narwhal
time.
the Prophet.
Yeah. Well, he will eventually. That's how some people, when they predict the future, they predict the future, and then it takes like 10 years, and they go, I fucking told you. I'm like, it doesn't count if it takes 10 years.
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So.
Yeah.
Right.
That's even with like people who I love, like Alex Jones and the Gay Frogs.
Oh,
like,
God.
The Gay Frogs didn't happen soon enough for it to be super legit. Like, it took 10 years when it should have just taken 2. Whatever. He
was too right. He was almost too right, you're saying.
Yeah.
Frogs,
like he got the general gist, but it could have been a little more accurate of times or whatever. David Icke is like that too. David Icke is like, lizard people, blah, blah, blah. He was saying that in the 1990s. And everyone's like, nobody cares, bro. It's not helpful.
He's right about so many things. He's like, symbolism and all these things. These are true. And lizard people. And I'm like, oh my God. All right.
Yeah, there your audience went. Yeah.
You had me going. You had me going for quite a while. I don't know if I got to draw the line there. I gotta keep some kind of sanity, pal.
There's a Netflix movie called They Cloned Tyrone that I kind of want to see. But I haven't watched it yet, but it might be about some of that.
Just wait until you find out that all the Vax injections are slowly turning people into the lizards. And it's not that they were there all along. It was a premonition.
Yeah. Someone was
There's
saying
all kind
that's
of wacky stuff going on.
Yeah, the woman on the plane who goes, that motherfucker right there is not real. They say she saw a lizard person.
Then people are convinced they've seen video of this guy blinking his eyes sideways. I've heard this from all kinds of people. I'm like, I've seen all kinds of shit on the internet. I would have seen it by now. It ain't there.
They figured out who she was. She's like
Mandela effect.
She's a soap opera actress.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So much like crisis actors, Suddenly there's all kinds of people on the news talking about stuff. Turns out they're actors.
Yeah. People who used to be actors and then they're in politics all of a sudden.
They're trying to push this whole alien thing right now. You notice this? She's part of it. She's got to be. CIA.
That's the last one. That's when you go full retard on the conspiracy stuff. When they really try with the aliens.
Chad's really trying not to be seen in this conversation. Actually.
Well, I'm checking out.
Oh, God.
Have you got any good remarks? Have you got any good? Did you get any good sketches in that?
I didn't. Nobody wanted to sign my book. All I got was We're the Diaz brothers.
Oh, I would have signed it. I would have drawn a hedgehog. Yeah, I got 2 of them right here. I bought a new one there, and then every time I wanted to get a sketch, someone was like, busy. I'm doing it for someone else. Even
that was the most
Chad. Oh. Go on, Kelsey.
Well, no, that was the most popular book of the con. I mean, for sure.
It became people.
No, but I wish.
Man, it became people's like annual, right? Or what do they call it?
Yeah, the yearbook.
Yeah, like sign my yearbook. Everyone was like, sign my CG vacation. I was like, dude, that's awesome.
I should have brought mine. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Next
All
time.
right, I'm up there. I think might have got another backer.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
$2.95.
Boom!
Hey,
No!
nice.
Yes, thank you.
So,
everyone. We're
so close to killing myself.
Shall we drink
Yeah.
at 300? Shall we drink at 300? Get
Yeah.
someone else to push it over the edge. Cool. So if you have one more backer, I guess push it at 300.
Wait, it's 5 more backers.
Oh, you're talking about 315,000.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
we were talking about the back.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Jake's already had
look at
enough,
those
I think.
numbers. These are good.
No, I'm like,
Yeah.
You guys see this? They call this
Robitussin
God
will do
numbers.
that to you.
Yeah.
what is Robitussin?
Oh, it's like the worst
Cough
cough syrup ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
And
know, yeah.
Jägermeister tastes just like Robitussin.
Yes.
Yeah. No, this is it's $2.95. That's very nice. Very pleasing to the eye.
It's thicker Robitussin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else back. We need the 295 and frozen in time.
Yes. No one get her drunk, people.
Oh God.
Brings it up and doesn't read it. Just sits in silence in a chat.
It's that time of night.
There you
I
go.
think we all read it and just
Yeah, we read it silently.
Yeah, that would be a good stream. Just clicking on the chat in silence. That's like, I wonder about, someone told me how they got into CG. It was Suck It in the chat who bought Witten's butt plug. He's like, yeah, I was watching some Merkita like in 2019 or maybe it was earlier. And he's like, then it was before the algorithm was super weird screwing us, and the algorithm suggested the Jack show. So I click on it, and then the rest is history. I'm like, that's cool. And like the Jack show there's moments where you click in on it, and it is like pretty much the most entertaining, hilarious thing ever. But sometimes you click in on it, or at least for my streams. I'll only speak for myself, but where I'm just clicking and reading chats in silence. We wouldn't have gotten Suck It into the fold if it were me. They would have clicked on at that moment, you know.
No, that was your impression of Eric Huffles.
What,
Yeah.
Reading the chat. Okay,
Oh,
nobody got it.
Yeah, is Eric very quiet?
Yeah, he's really quiet.
And was
He
he
was
there
really
in
nice.
Tampa? I missed
Yeah, he was. He was tall, man. He was tall,
Yeah.
wearing a hat and a blue shirt. Like he had his rad balls with him, his little muscles he made.
Yeah, and he wore his long socks. He was really cool when you started talking to him. He was pretty awesome. But
I might have missed, because sometimes Graham showed me too. He was keeping a chart of like names to chat names so you can know who's who. I'm like,
Oh,
that's
that was
also
clever.
Yeah, that's also kind of like nice. It's
But-
nice that Graham goes so far as to even do that because he wants to meet people and talk. to
Eric,
them.
Eric's like the sidekick I want to have around all the time. He was like the 70s Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but like Silent Bob. But he was grinning from ear to ear all the time. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably did talk to him and just didn't know I was talking to him.
yeah.
There was a few people I think I missed, and I was like, dang. But it was so fun meeting. The other thing, it's kind of funny because the chat, I don't know, this could be like different than almost any other situation because they were saying like, well, we don't understand. It's kind of like, if you meet like Jerry Seinfeld or whatever, he doesn't know who you are. So it's a little awkward to meet him. It's not on even footing or whatever.
Mhm.
And Jerry Seinfeld has got on record that he doesn't like that people will be too forward and comfortable because they know him so well, but he doesn't know
Right.
them so well. And this guy was kind of saying that's true with Comicsgate. I'm like, yes, but to way less of a degree because we actually do know you guys pretty well. You tell us your name in the chat. The chat is almost like celebrities, and you hear their
Yep.
name and you're like, oh, I've seen your shit around. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen so many people from the chat. It was cool to meet a lot of them in real life.
Yeah, this big guy came up to me and he's like, I'm Barb Rogers in the chat. And I was like, Barb Rogers? You look a little different than I thought.
Bob Rogers is a guy.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like,
There's Maromi. Talk about
Yeah.
superstar.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm
Robbie.
just kidding. I'm Jay Bama. I'm like, Jay Bama.
Yeah, Jay Mama.
Jay Palmer pretended he was Bob Rogers. That's great.
Oh, that's right.
He would do that. That's
I love Jay.
He did that to me.
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was funny.
But it was like I recognized both. I was like, Barb Rogers, and then he was like, no, J Bob. I'm like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah. I know that was pretty much my exact reaction. That's hilarious. Cool. So we're hanging. If we get to 3 hours, we'll see where we're at and maybe do one final little push. But we'll see if we get to 300. But as far as I'm concerned, this was a smashing success. And Abra, thanks for being the guinea pig, drinking
risking my life.
Yeah. Everyone else, thank you for joining.
It's worth it. Art is worth it. Damn it.
Yeah.
No problem, man. Thanks. Congratulations on having such a successful your first Fund My Comic campaign too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No kidding.
Yeah. It's fun to be part of the Fund My Comic wave. There was a guy at Tampa, Philbo Baggins, and he was talking about working with Fund My Comic to work on some distribution options. And I was like, that's amazing. Count me in.
They're doing some cool stuff. They got some really neat stuff lined up. Yeah, I want to do more.
Everyone's scheming, so it's good. But one of the biggest like victory paths, it seems like it does kind of feel like the in-person meetups, because that's like you could be such a striking victory blow against the SJWs. Like they can't even have like conventions that are fun, and we can have freaking parties wherever we go.
Can you imagine slowly growing? You go to small cons and you like get bigger and bigger each time, and then you end up being like half the convention or something, or at least the life of it.
Yeah, like we could take over like San Diego Comic-Con. Like we all like that might be slightly unrealistic, but we almost could do that. And then
one day
would see, they see like, oh, most of the fans are here for Comicsgate. They're not here for DC, not here for Marvel.
I was suggesting that they rebrand whichever con they go to, whichever con we all kind of manage to go to. And it doesn't have to be all of us. You know, some people can go to other parts of the country, but whatever we do, it's like Tampa Bay, whatever it is, but it'll be for the Fans Fest for us. Tampa Bay for the Fans Fest. Let's go.
We should just get the ballroom across from San Diego Comic-Con like Mignola and a bunch of guys used to do, like, you know, and just have our own ballroom.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we should do that. We should kind of dabble in some San Diego Comic-Con. You know, one of the books I bought was Wolverine with Claremont and Miller. I just randomly found that one, which is like apparently a classic. So I bought it. I've been reading it. It is great.
Apparently.
Yeah. And then, but in the front is a letter from Claremont, and in the back is a letter from Frank Miller. And the letter from Claremont is like, it was like 1987, and me and Frank Miller were driving in my car back from San Diego going up north, and we were bored, so we started talking about Wolverine. We ended up talking about Wolverine for 5 hours, and then we decided to do this book. I'm like, dude, that's like a fantasy. But we were doing that in Tampa. We were talking about whatever we wanted. It was the experience of not having to filter at all, to talk whatever you want. If you want to talk nerdy comic stuff, anything.
Yeah, I heard a couple crude jokes. Had a good laugh, actually.
Yeah. You can't do that in public around here.
No paper trail. They were all spoken in voice, and they went off into the ether. No paper trail, no text.
I've said way worse on Jack Show Live for thousands and thousands of people, so it's fine. You guys were very well behaved, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun.
We're all too happy. We're all too happy just hanging out.
I don't think there's any bad spoken about anyone there, really.
Well, it's drama. The opposite of drama. It's like it kills drama. Like, because even if there is even a little bit, just seeing it in person, it dissipates pretty quickly.
Yep.
And then also, it's like kind of the opposite of like weird internet rumors and stuff. Just
it brings you back to reality. It brings you back to reality.
Well, I was telling Mr. Biggins that I'm meeting this crew. It's like I didn't get one bad vibe, and it's nice to know that or at least it made me feel better about the company I keep. I think is how I put it. You know, because like you never know. You know, it's like, do we have anybody that's not going to get along? Do we have anybody? It's like no. It's like it was almost like a family reunion where everybody actually liked each other. You know, like it's really bizarre.
Old friends who haven't seen each other in years.
Need a CG Thanksgiving party or something like that.
Yeah.
Smoothly.
That's cool.
Well, we've been through this a long time. I mean, I've been here not quite since the beginning, but almost, and I've seen people come and go with various nefarious or just strange takes or huge egos and every different kind. So this is probably the most solid, well-adjusted, and friendly group that we've had all together at one point. Good times.
Yeah, it's something about like just where we're not. I keep saying this, but whatever. We're not like tiptoeing around. We actually get to have fun. I feel like that's like a really big deal.
No one. I don't feel like anybody felt left out. Really. I mean,
yeah. Let me
except for the CG slums. I'm sad that those guys decided to separate themselves and go have sherries and look at their knees over on some other part of town when they could have been hanging out with us.
Whoa,
but
I didn't know
understand. Yeah, I understand why they can. There's a lot of cameras going on. It's a lot of secrecy. Can't be just throwing your face around willy nilly. But still wish they could have hung out with us a little more. That would have been a lot of fun. Next time.
Yeah. That was
no
a little
idea.
bit of the ambassadorship.
We'll have a camera-free zone if they're worried about that. We need to. We'll do like
showing the faces.
What they were gonna do with Yellow Flash or somebody was gonna do that where they were like taking up. We're gonna take cell phones at the door. I was like, well, that's not gonna be awkward, but now I kind of get it. I'm like, shit, man, I want them to all hang out. All right, everybody's cell phone, give them to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a drunk driving kind of thing. You
Yeah.
take everyone's keys, so you take everyone's cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, I'm updating it. I think we got a backer. Whoa!
Two backers.
Wow, we're so close. Now we're
Yeah,
almost
we are.
So
3 more
close.
backers, and I'll kill
Wow.
myself.
What do they call this? Nice. They call this escape velocity. It's like I feel like it's gonna happen because now we're only 3. It's like God. So in the chat, you guys know you
So
feel it. You
close.
feel the energy. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Ball's in the house. He was another one. Sharp dresser.
Joe Ball, what up? Joe Ball, I'd send you the
Yeah.
link, except we're about to end it ish. Maybe I can still send you the link, but like I was gonna wrap it up around 3 hours. I hope we get to 300 before 3 hours.
Come on, we could do
Come
it.
on.
That would be the
People.
perfect sync.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Right on the money. See who can
Right.
time it the best. Who's going to be
Ooh.
300 right at the 3 hour mark? Right?
Yeah. Like fire tonight. Come on.
There you go.
10
wonder-
minutes.
You get the number
oh,
right, so you'll know exactly when you do it. Who's going to be 300 right at that moment? You got to give them a prize, right? Give them
Yeah.
one of those pieces of artwork if they're number 300.
Yeah.
God.
But then they all play. They all play like whatever it's called. I'll do that. I'll do this. This if we want to.
Give
This
him
one
some
is like-
bread.
Yeah, this one is like a piece of shit one. But yeah,
What?
you guys could have this one. 300.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's awesome. What do you mean, piece of shit?
This one's
Look at
Yeah,
her face in
don't
there.
Don't
Oh, yeah.
downplay it.
That's
No.
amazing. What is it? What the fuck
It is
is
like
This is so
Dolly.
good. What the fuck
It's
is
a face and a hood. See the
Yeah.
face of the, and then there's like the little spots and stuff in the background.
yeah, this
What's it
one's
mean?
terrible.
What does it mean?
It means if there's a person in a hood. That's what it
Yeah.
means. It's,
Yeah.
it's there.
So three.
I can
now
add my own story. They just killed their father, and they're about to go on a huge journey by themselves, and they're sitting there contemplating it, and the background's all blurry. There
I
you go.
just saw it. I couldn't see the face. For me, it looked like a giant power stone falling over, and there was like some
Yeah,
confetti
that's what I
blowing
saw.
off. But now I can see the face in the big black area. That looks cool.
It's
Yeah.
like a Dolly picture. I'm telling
Captain
Sure.
Bipto says that's the paper you dry your brushes on.
Yeah, I know. That's what it was.
And he makes artwork just drying his brushes off. Art happens.
you. Oh,
Yeah.
like a happy little hood. There you go.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
There
happy.
you go. Lucky number 300 gets that piece, right?
I know.
There
I
you
almost
go.
have to give like something to all 3 backers because no one's gonna back. They're gonna play chicken with each other. Someone's like, I ain't backing because it's not 300.
Narwhal bread.
Yeah. Who wants
Oh, that's true.
a single slice of narwhal bread?
All right. Well, the actual goal is whoever's number 600 right now, but we'll give it to the 300 one. How about that?
And the pink
Does
shop
that
below
change
for
it?
300.
300. Let's go.
Chat's
Yeah.
got shit to do. Come on, 300.
No. I don't. I just want to see folks get drunk.
And I have to get up in the morning. Woo!
Oh,
Oh, are you serious? For what? Work?
Nothing serious.
For an operation, medical
Go ahead,
appointment.
Doc.
She's got, like,
Yeah.
open heart
No,
surgery
Open
tomorrow.
heart surgery.
Doctor.
The same one.
I teach children. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know.
Driving a
You-
school
you
bus
need
tomorrow.
some narwhal bread.
Yes.
Eat the bread before you go to bed, and it wards
There
off
you
the
go.
hangover. Yeah.
Bread. You and your bread. When am I getting some narwhal bread? I trust you a little more now that I've met you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll eat some narwhal bread.
I'll do a big narwhal baking session, and I'll bake you guys all some
Ooh.
bread. I
The
gotta
big
do it all
novel
at
bake
once.
off.
I gotta
It's like
break-
Jesus and the loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need a bread making stream novel.
I got to break in
Yeah,
my new
I'd
house.
watch
I haven't baked
that.
some bread in my house yet.
Do you hand knead it and all that, or is it bread machine style?
No, I do a no knead style bread. And
Oh, really?
Damn.
use a Dutch oven. And
Wait a minute.
I don't know if I want that.
Pinching off a loaf in a Dutch oven.
What the hell?
I get a nice Cleveland steamer, roll it up into.
rusty trombone it.
Oh god. Oh. I'd watch a narwhal baking.
Get your
live
mind out of the
stream.
gutter. Don't you guys know what a Dutch oven is? It's like literally a Dutch oven.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course we know what a Dutch oven is.
It's not when you pull the covers over your partner and fart. And go.
Wait,
That's not what
okay. Yeah, I mean, totally right. It's totally a real thing that I definitely knew about, right? No, that's not just the. I mean, let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Indeed. Yeah, Dutch oven. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Good
You can only
time.
do it. You can only do it to Dutch women.
I'm gonna smell that bread real carefully before I eat it, though, just in case.
Oh,
Not
God.
too deeply, though. Now
Yeah.
that I think about that,
I didn't inhale.
I'm gonna send it to the lab first. I think.
I did not have relations with that.
With that
woman.
loaf of
With-
bread.
with that
With
loaf
that
of
loaf
bread.
of bread. Lewinsky.
I could do a bread stream that could be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So-
give you true meaning to the term bread tuber.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll release the AIDS 2 EP and bread at the same
Oh,
time.
God.
What is Joe Ball says camping culture is being perverted? What do you mean? Like, are the nudists from the castle like starting to camp? Like, what do you mean? Like they're getting perverted?
Well, that guy was already pitching a tent, but I don't think that's the kind of camping he means.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Dutch oven is like a camping culture thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
That's
No!
true. That's true.
They just go out and camp in the woods to just help each other's hot box a tent with
Yeah,
we
that's
used to do
right.
that when I was
their own
kids.
scent.
Yeah.
Oh god!
We would sit around in the tent and fart and then like try and guess what people had eaten.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
My buddy, we're all like 10-year-olds. My buddy's like, that's a salty one. See, that's a real salty one. You must have eaten
Hey,
something
Crystal
salty."
McGee.
Crystal McGee, what's up?
Hey, Crystal.
Keep you warm on a cold night. That's what it's for. The Dutch oven.
It looks like Crystal McGee had some of your bread.
Oh yeah, she's still
Yeah.
alive, so I guess
Yeah,
it's
that's-
okay.
It's a good thing.
Crystal has a book too. It's
The Good Night.
The Good Night. Yeah, everyone. Part 1 was awesome. Part 2 is
Yeah.
out now.
Awesome.
OGCG kind of is like a 2017-ish book.
Yeah, you're both doing author books now.
Yeah, she has that, and I'm want to do Percival. I haven't really done anything other than these sketches, but yeah, Percival's the one
projects you
who-
got on the fire right now.
that it's kind of depending how far you go of moments of completion. It's like 10, but it's like only like 3 or 4 that are like real, like kind of trying to get shit done and keep making progress on them to get some stuff out. The next one after Earthbound is called Hotel Story, and
I'm really looking
Actually-
forward to that one.
let me see if I can publicly debut.
Ooh.
Is that with
Yeah.
Jared Jewell?
Yeah. I want to show you guys the cover.
So prolific, this guy.
I don't know how you
Yeah.
keep it all in your head, man. Like
I think I'm- Yeah,
One.
I think I've done like 10 or 12 books, you know, and it's like 7 or 8 or 9 trades.
Give it a few more of these conventions, and we'll see how he does.
Yeah.
It's like I had like 10 books. I can't remember half of them now.
Yeah.
I know. I want brain damage from conventions. It's what I want. It's my dream.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's when you
Narwhal's
start drinking.
craving experience. That's what he did.
Yeah, see, that's what I need. I need life experience at the conventions. Burn the candle at both ends. Die, flame out in a blaze of glory of drugs and booze and sex.
Oh my god!
Touch base with Cecil for that.
Yeah.
The vagina candle, burn the vagina candle.
Oh God, yeah. The snatch candle.
There we go. I was trying to remember it.
Snatch candle.
Failed callback.
A snatchel.
Snatchel, yeah.
No, that's a snatch satchel.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a snatch satchel. I love shoving my books in my snatchel.
Ew.
Gross. Here's the hotel story cover.
Ooh.
That looks
Prison
cool.
wallet.
Yeah, and this is
Ooh.
Monica McCagney's art. Her art's amazing. Jared's a little more cartoony, but he's
cool.
amazing too. I'll show
Very
you.
European.
Oh.
Is that your colors?
Yeah, Jared colored it. Jared is a genius. He and I co-wrote it, and he did most of the art, but I'm like helping a little bit, and then I'm helping color it. But it's kind of a little bit more his book than mine, and he's a genius. So I just can't wait to get his stuff out there. He's going to be entering Comicsgate in earnest, kind of at that point. He's got some other books coming
Nice.
That's
Something
high
reminds
praise
me of
coming
Giant
from
Robo.
you.
Oh
Yeah. It is kind of a giant robo cover ish.
Well, I mean, like you get those kind of like maybe not giant robo. What am I thinking of? Steam Detective. Remember that? Had these little flat cutout kind of buildings and stuff like that. The silhouette and these same kind of like.
The raisins. You talking about the raisins when they're in a band and they played jazz music? Stop motion
It's
raisins.
very Euro.
No, I don't, yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
California
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that'll work. We'll go with that.
No, but yeah, I guess.
I don't know why I said that.
So do you have anything to tell people about what Hotel Story is going to be?
Yeah. Give us a teaser.
It's fun because it all takes place in one night, but it's 300 pages. So it's like epic of what. And the thing too is this is kind of like a movie thing I noticed. And I'm like, there's a little bit less of it in comics. And I do want to be like the guy to bring this to comics kind of from movies. But I call it's just called like a gag movie. But when you say gag, people think jokes. I'm not talking jokes. I realized like I rewatched Raiders of the Lost Ark a few weeks ago. It's packed with gags, and gags are like every little moment of like cleverness within the action. And Spielberg's a master of it. He'll pack like you can almost do like one every 30 seconds kind of. And then like Peter Jackson was really good at it, and he did it all the way through his early movies. And it's Evil Dead 2 is like that. Like Evil Dead 2, like so many gags, you know, and some of them will make you laugh or whatever, like when the eyeball falls in her mouth. Do you remember that in Evil Dead 2? I don't know. But
so do you have a quota, like one per page or like one per tier, like three per page, or like what?
I wonder, we probably just have like one every like 2 to 3 pages even, but it's like there's a ton of them, and it's just they're trying to survive this night in the hotel, and there's just like a bunch of shit going on, and it's a lot of fun with all the gags.
Have you ever seen what's that Tarantino Rodriguez, and there was like 2 other directors that did this hotel movie? You know what I'm talking about, Chad? I thought you'd know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
4 Rooms. That's what it was.
4 Rooms.
Yeah. The actual plot is like you follow all these characters. I made him watch Demons 2, Jared, to kind of pump him up before we started the project as like inspiration, which is an Italian horror movie that's like super awesome. But it's a movie where an apartment complex gets raided by demons, and then they just follow 8 characters, and they're all in different rooms. And like some of them end up meeting up, and then they're like boarding up their apartment to survive. They're trying to get to meet their other friend. The demons are just killing people. And like every character is interesting. Some you hate, some you love. There's people that you hate so much you're kind of rooting for them to die, and like we do that too. And then they don't die, so the audience is like, just let that fucker die and keep surviving. And so it's kind of like that kind of movie. And then it has some fun, like magic, simple but fun magic systems that it plays with, of like how the magic of the hotel works in the spell. It initially kind of starts, instead of demons, it's a kiss that spreads. So it's like the main bad guy kisses the manager of the hotel, and she calls in her front desk agent and she kisses him. And then everyone's like kissing everyone.
So this is pornography, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like there's a line in it. They're like, this is some Eyes Wide Shut shit. Let's get out of here. There's a big thing going on in the lobby. It's like this lady named Mallory, and she's like a public speaker selling kind of this like, motivational speech kind of thing. She's like sort of based off of what's his face? The super famous motivational speaker that everyone talks about, Tony Robbins. It's like there's this Tony Robbins-esque event at the hotel that night, and that's kind of where the big breakout of the Kiss Zombies kind of happens. And yeah, she's funny too. She's like her like speech. She's like, it's in. We're doing a cool animated trailer for it, so we had an actor even read it. But she's like, she has this PowerPoint presentation, and we kind of animated that. But she goes, synthesize, something, like whatever. We're taking it back. Yeah.
Amazing. You nailed it.
I want to see Narwhal in a pitch session, like in Hollywood. Like,
oh god, yeah.
They're sitting there confused, like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm hearing, but I like it. Give this guy $1 million.
Yeah. Wait, when is this out? When is it coming?
In like September, I'm going to fulfill Earthbound, and then we're going to launch Hotel Story. Part 1's already done. It's 120 pages. Part 2 will be like 120 or 130 each or something like that.
Wow.
And it ends like in kind of a fun, like mid.
Are you gonna
story,
do it like Euro style, where it's hardback?
He does all.
Eventually, when it's all done, maybe like one big version, but yeah, something like that.
I think every Narwhal book I got is hardback. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been usually doing hardbacks with most of my stuff. But
how do you do that? I mean, isn't it expensive, or did you find like a good deal?
Yeah, I think you don't make that much profit, and it's like a little bit of a hassle and stressful because
Narwhal's just having fun. He's just loving it. So
I
didn't make any money, but I got a cool book.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I didn't do it on Cerberus because I was exhausted from having the 2 versions every book. But I eventually, when they combine them, I might try and do it. A Cerberus hardcover.
I want the combined Cerberus hardback. I love that book. I'm looking forward to part 2. I really am. I think it's a fantastic book.
Yeah.
Nice. Seeing the colors of this is making me want to see that Matt Cosin cover colored of Grand Prix that you have up.
Yeah, I can
can't wait for that.
I can pull that up too. It's still in the works, but let me we can kind of look at it even and see if any
freaking Camel Moon's streaming over us right now.
Did you just put it? Hey, this is the wait, yeah, 100th episode apparently.
Oh, damn.
What? As if that's worth that. Come on.
Well, we'll rate him. We're about to wrap up.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Kelsey's like, fuck that guy. We got to close out Earthbound.
Guy. What does he think he is?
With his regularly scheduled programming. Jeez.
Uh-oh. Hang on. I think somebody hit my house.
Here's the coloring so far for the B cover.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Matt Costin's art, he's like amazing, obviously.
Nice.
And Jared's coloring it. But yeah, like, I don't know, we're still adjusting it a little bit or whatever, but it looks pretty cool.
There's something about the way he colors that makes it. There's a thing in 3D where, like, across the model, depending on the distance from the camera, you can add like a gradient through the depth of the model. And both of the colors on this and the other thing that he did, it has that aspect to it. I can't describe it, but
yeah, it's like when he chooses to use a gradient brush or airbrush instead of a hard brush. Like here on the leg, hard versus soft here.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I really like his coloring style, Jared.
I love when hard shadows cut into that soft gradient across the form, and then like it cuts back in, like on that woman's leg on the right, like you get the bounce light cut back into the shadow.
Yeah. So that one's looking cool. Pretty stoked on that. Costin did a great job. Costin's working on one that me and Nathan Chen and Tungsten wrote like 4 years ago. It's taken kind of a long time to get it done, but it's almost done now. And that one's going to maybe come out next year. It's called Modded. That'll be a fun one. So there's a couple of things coming out there like delayed.
Yeah, guys, back it. Get that cover. Get that cover. You want it.
Very
That's
nice.
the cover I want.
Yeah. Cool. Well, so 100 people watching, a very nice even number. We might wrap it up here. I think it did. We haven't had any new backers, so it's where it's at. There's like 3 more to go. But Nubbies, nobody gets. I don't have to give this masterpiece away that nobody knows what it is. Nobody gets this.
He's not even holding it up the right way.
Yeah.
What is it? It looked like a bullet or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. Then all of a sudden it came into view, especially when Kelsey was describing it.
I think there's like several people waiting on 2 other people to back it.
Yeah, you guys just do it.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's
it's actually 301 we're looking for.
Yeah.
Keep moving the needle.
Yeah. So everyone, thanks again for being here. Abra, especially, thank you so much for being.
Oh, thanks for having me. I love what you guys do. Love your art, Noel. Always a backer for life.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and we'll stream, and me and Abra are doing one next week with
Jason.
With Sandberg. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That'll be cool.
I do like a review thing, read some comics and talk about it.
Jupiter.
Oh,
yeah.
I got a review coming to that. So that was
wait, hold that up. Is that got like gold shiny stuff on the back?
It's probably my green screen stuff going on.
Yeah.
Okay. I was excited. I was like, oh, I gotta get this.
This is like the gold foil edition.
That's the expensive shit.
Yeah, that's like definitely.
Aren't you talking about doing that, Chad, or you'd like to? Like some sort of
I would like to.
It's super expensive.
I'm looking at hollow foil if I could do it. We'll see.
Yeah. So chat sub Hype Wizard YouTube, and he's got to sign up for Carnal, and then
Chad, it wasn't a joke. BlueDickX.com wasn't a joke. It is real. You can check it out.
Oh, nice. And then Chad's got Black Phantom, and it's doing good. Check it out. 2 books for $1. Price of 1. Looks amazing.
And then Kelsey, you said you were going to find out about your now that it's an online store. What's going on with that? Because I was trying to back the shirt. I definitely want a shirt.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Honestly, I guess we're gonna find out. I'm gonna be on Luke Stone's show tomorrow morning. Actually, sorry, I'm eating pudding, and we'll find out. I'm gonna ask him. I'm not sure he knows that part. I know he's fixed, the other thing, or at least they're working on it.
I'll have to put in a help desk ticket, I guess.
It's not going away, honestly. So I'll keep reminding people it's there.
Sweet.
It'll be there.
Jinx.
Yeah. Gotta take a drink. No, I can't.
Yeah. Wait, have you?
Now she's hooked.
Have you ever heard of getting iced? Have you guys ever heard of that?
Isn't that getting killed?
What?
No,
right. Good point.
It's where you hide a Smirnoff Ice where someone accidentally unveils it.
And if you find it, you have to drink it.
Yeah. And then
I have not heard of that.
And then they have to chug it on the spot.
Hide them in the shower. So when they go for a shower in the morning, they have to neck a Smirnoff Ice.
We should do that the next comics convention.
That'd be great. People. Something tells me Cecil will find them all, though.
Yeah.
Noel's getting hooked on drinking now. At this convention, he was like, I haven't drank for a long time. I don't know if I should.
Yeah, I know. I fell off the wagon.
That was like the whole thing you wanted. That's the whole reason you went there.
It was worth it. Yeah, that's why I was like, so worth it.
No, if you want to be a pro, you got to do it like Kelsey. I've never had this drink before.
Well, everyone wants to buy
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
That is
yeah, people are
true.
buying me drinks all over the place. There were so many drinks I had not had yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd not had them several times. You're into the fifth. Like I still never had this before.
What's that? Mushrooms? I've never
Oh,
had
yeah.
that before.
Hmm.
Moromi, what's in your bag? I've never had any of that.
I did introduce him. I did introduce you to the old fashioned. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you did.
love an
Oh, that's true.
old-fashioned.
That's the other drink. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh,
Chad,
yeah.
That's what started this all. Is
Never
Chad-
had an old fashioned.
No, never.
I'll buy you one.
And it was actually probably my favorite drink. The
Yeah,
whole show.
That's your style.
I
I
actually
could
really
see you-
enjoyed it.
I
Yeah.
can see you
Nice.
being an old fashioned guy.
That's a real.
I don't care who was
gentleman's
making
drink.
fun of us for drinking old fashions. We were
No.
chilling.
No, yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
the classic
That's a-
drink.
Yeah.
Is that the one people will
drink.
drink it out of copper cups or whatever? You know what I'm
That's a
talking
Oh,
about?
mule,
yeah.
I think.
Oh, Moscow Mule. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one too. Okay, with that, I'm going to click the button, and that means it awkwardly ends. So
Ah!
Goodbye. Back my
Bye,
campaign.